but I'm all about the lyrics. So I appreciate a good lyricist. But such as other people are like, oh shit, like I like the beat. The beat makes me feel sad, groovy. Like I could fight somebody, I could fuck somebody up right now. Like that's what the beat does for somebody. But the lyricist makes me feel like, oh shit, like I feel like this, crying because like fuck, I'm not the only one that feels like this, and this dude's saying it beautifully.
He's saying how I feel.
Right.
You're the beat guy, right? Who's the beat guy and who's the lyricist? Or you guys are both lyricists?
I'm gonna put it like this: I have the ear for beats and setting the tone for how the song is gonna play out and setting the mood because I play guitar, and I think I don't know.
Every song that you see on our catalog is because he's found all of the beats, and even right now we're in the process of learning how to do all that our own, but given to limited resources, we got YouTube University. YouTube's free. Everybody's posting beats. So
PhD in that.
He definitely has the ear for it. All we do is listen to beats on YouTube, and that's just the start of it. But he's got the ear for it, and he shows it to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one.
I said I play the beat, and he just starts writing and writing the whole night, and the shit comes out fucking perfect.
Is that how the process goes? Beat first, then lyrics? Or do you sometimes have lyrics and then you got to find a beat for it?
Yes.
Is that a little bit of both?
Yes. Well, because
one time one of the bouncers was like, oh, you guys friends? I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, who's older? Like, he is. Like, how much older? Like 4 years? He's like, 4 minutes? No, I was like, yes. 4 minutes. Not 4 years.
Can you grow the facial hair? No.
I mean, he's always trying to tell me too. He's like, "Oh, just grow it out, grow your hair out, grow your facial hair out, do this." I'm like, "No, let me squeeze in here." He was just trying to tell me a little while ago to wear a hat.
Here, Drew, you sit here. Is this how you want to sit?
Let me see.
In the middle, like this. Here, Drew, you sit right there. I would go like this. I want to sit right there. Beauty of the color.
Let me see. You're trying to.
Oh, comfy.
Yeah, see, I need you to change your because otherwise you're not gonna be in it.
Right.
So you see.
This would be one hell of a episode right here.
It's crazy to see like the backstage because you just see the front through all the videos.
Yeah, all the lights and everything what it takes.
Yeah.
So you just see from the camera forward, not everything that's behind.
Because I'm gonna do so. What'd you say? I have it right here. I need you guys to switch because Hold on.
And me and him?
Let's go this way. We'll get to sit here. Yeah, I just want to be able to have at least one of you guys on mic. This is the one that's gonna go viral right here. And you wanted to sit in the corner over there. See,
What's it called?
we had to figure out a little. We added Diego today, so.
Is this like the first because usually it's just like a one-on-one, right? So this is like the first
casting couch.
Brothers, guys, and couch.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, well, thank you guys for coming.
Oh, it's a pleasure being here. Most definitely.
Let's just get transfer here too. We're gonna figure this shit out because I want you to be on camera, man.
Oh yeah. They're like swimming.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, we can play footsies in the middle. I don't give a fuck.
Nice kicks, man.
Oh, thank you, sir. Wow. Yeah, you guys have the same shoes your pops has, right?
Oh, yes.
He wore those the time that he came over.
Yeah.
How was your drive?
Man, it was
a mission.
It was what?
It was a mission. It was booty.
Booty.
This is our first time being in this area.
Oh, really?
I was like, I asked my pops, I said, how far is George's spot? He said, oh, it's like an hour. I said, okay. And then, so I asked you for the address, and it was 2 hours, including traffic. I said, oh, we got to leave right now. So, thankfully, we got here right on time.
You guys were hungry, though, huh?
Oh, yeah, we haven't ate all day. I just got my wisdom tooth pulled out.
Today?
4 days ago. I'm still recovering, but it's new for me because I never got a tooth extracted. So, it's like, I can't enjoy the food as much as I want to right now, but I'm kind of losing weight right now. Because I haven't been
The way you look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you guys are twins, that means that you're gonna have to get
Oh yeah.
presents to
So,
pick it out.
so
Yeah.
They do all 4?
No, just one.
Just one?
Thankfully. But yeah, pretty much.
Dude, when they did mine, dude, my face looked like I had
Yeah. Everybody I've told, like at the gym, they're like, oh, why are you at the gym? Like, why isn't it all poofed up? I'm like, that sucks for you. They just pull it out, no medicine, just say go home. So,
no medicine.
nothing, they didn't give me anything.
Like no painkillers?
No,
or like the anesthesia, you know how they put you under?
Yeah, they put me under.
Yep.
They gave me nothing, dude.
What? Did you go to Mexico or something? What the fuck?
No, I mean the lady she was sweet, but no, it's a cool spot. They're professional, but I don't know why they didn't give me. They said there was no complications. It was just a simple. I mean, they stuck 6 shots.
So anesthesia, they did put anesthesia.
Yes.
Okay.
But after that, no medicine. They said, yeah, just don't drink out of a straw. That's it. Don't like if you're gonna drink something, don't drink with a straw. So no medicine, nothing. They just said, just take it easy.
But why did they take it out though? But like medical, or just to get like so your teeth don't get all fucked up?
I don't know why. Maybe it was getting in the way. I don't know. I mean, I've been told that me and him have straight teeth. Because every time we go to the doctor, they're like, have you had braces before? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, you have really straight teeth. But I know I have a baby tooth still. Yeah. Right here. You see it? Yeah. Other than that, I don't know why I got this taken off. As for him, he has some stuff going on with his buck teeth. Right
I don't got a good history with my teeth. I was like, you guys been to Six Flags, right?
Six Flags Magic
The one
Mountain?
in Vallejo.
Yeah.
There's a water ride where you go down. It's like a whole thing. And I remember I was like in 6th grade, and I was on the water ride. I didn't wear my seatbelt because they didn't really check. If you know the ride, then you know what I mean. Like it's a whole process. I see the water coming down, and like I'm over here running around on the seat. It's like this. If it was a roller coaster ride, and we're here just running, and the water hits, and I turn around, and I hit like my tooth just knocks against the seat, and I just feel like my tooth just like I feel a tooth in my mouth, and I spit it out in the drain.
Oh shit.
And I smile. I just feel all this air coming into my mouth. I'm like, oh shit, this is not good. So I told my mom, I was like, we need to leave. So we left Six Flags. That was the
How old are
that
you?
was the mood. I was like 6th grade, probably like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got what's it called? What's the word? I got a crown. Fake tooth. And it's supposed to be the same size as this one. What is that? It's all fucked up.
Hold on. So my 2 front teeth are fucking crowns.
Let me see.
Top or bottom?
2 front. Top.
No,
See?
you can't tell.
I know.
You have
I'm
really
saying.
good. You have great teeth.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so mine wasn't as exciting as yours. I didn't fall out or turn around and hit myself, on something, but mine was a 1-deck punch, and in my face, decided to say hello to the concrete and the asphalt, and then teeth were fucking gone, bro.
Are you serious?
Yep. Like,
How old were you?
I was like 25.
How old are you now? You look 25.
Bro, that's a good thing.
He said that he thought I was the older one.
I thought you were the older one.
You do look
No, I don't.
You look very old.
Absolutely
You
not.
fucking old ass man.
You wish.
You wore shorts all the fucking time.
I was like, he's just like, who's older? And I was like, did you think I was older? It wasn't based on looks. It was based on my demeanor. Said you're a little kid.
Yeah.
You're a child.
Because typically the younger child is more bouncy and, you know what I mean, loud.
Yeah.
And typically the older one's just more like sit back. You know what I mean?
I am that, but
Who's older between you guys?
Guess.
How would I know, man? It's probably like minutes apart. But I'm gonna say this guy.
Is there a reasoning?
Just because he was just like, now you sit over here.
That's
Yeah, he was just like, nah, let me rearrange it. Kind of, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's by a minute. 1
minute.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think we look that much alike though. I think we got distinguishing differences when you really look at us.
Which would be those differences?
I would say, me personally.
You have a gonad right here.
Mm-hmm.
Your mustache is also darker.
Yes.
my best feature.
I can't grow this compared to him.
This is like a struggle with
I
this.
can't grow that.
But
I'm proud of this.
you have the mustache.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I can see
Where's
you
yours?
again, man. Like I can, if anything, a little bit of like the chin,
But
but I just never had it, and I don't think it looks right.
It does. You're just not comfortable with it.
Yeah, I don't like it. Right? Like again, he was telling me to wear a hat earlier.
Yeah, I recorded him a little
You
while
guys
ago.
can wear hats, and you guys can pull it off. I don't like it. I don't think it fits me. Right? But he's just like, oh, you should wear a fucking hat. You should wear a fedora. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. But it just, I don't like how it looks. So, but I can't grow none of this.
It's okay.
You have me
both. Bro, let me tell you, man.
One day
You
I'll be
can pull anything off as long as you do it. Like for me, I think that's something that something that helps people tell the difference between us as twins is once you get to know us, you get to know our personalities, and we're very yin yang, you know, opposite. But that's the best part of it is we balance each other. So I think I'm more active, outgoing. I love bright colors. I love wearing the most bizarre, outstanding, eye-appealing things because I think that's me. As for him, I think I could confidently say that you're not really like that. You're more subtle.
yeah, most of my wardrobe is just all black,
But
neutral colors.
I
This
do
is
encourage him.
like
I encourage him to go crazy because I know he can.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying, you know, if he thinks you look good with fedora, it's because he does think you look good in a fedora.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
But
But if you feel like that's not your style, yeah.
yeah, our other brother Mike, he's always been really loud.
Yeah.
Right,
How
oh, yeah.
many brothers are there?
7.
7?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding. It's only 3, man. It's only 3, and then but yeah, Mike. So Mike is probably has been the loudest. I mean, him and we have a very similar style of dressing. It's just I was telling someone today about Diego because he doesn't like wearing high tops. Like, are you guys wearing high tops? Nah. So I was like, yeah, he doesn't like wearing boots. No cowboy boots. No fucking Doc Martens. Like anything.
I'll wear docs.
But yes, but the whole thing is, I said he feels like boots or high tops constrict his ankle.
I have dainty ankles that need to be displayed.
so. You're more of a comfort over style, or would you say a mix of both?
Mix of both, but yeah,
Base comfort.
I'm not putting something that goes all the way up to here. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. If I wear
The look or is it the feel?
both,
Mm.
both. Like the only high tops that I will wear are boots, like Doc Martens, or I have like these other boots, but like high top sneakers.
What
Not for
about
me.
Tim's?
Nah, I won't wear Timbs.
God, no.
Nah,
That's just not our style, bro.
Nah. Miguel,
Gross.
Mike will. Mike wears Timbs.
Mike wears Timbs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So Mike's like probably like the loudest out of all of us. He'll wear the dangly earrings. You know, he designs a lot of his stuff. He's very creative. And then him and I could wear a lot of the same things that this guy just will not even fucking touch. Like, I'm not fucking rocking that. It's just not his style. It was more of a, I don't know, like a 5-year-old? Like,
cute.
no, like a 5-year-old, like a kid. He'll just dresses like a fucking kid. Yeah,
Is he the youngest?
No.
yeah, of course he's the youngest.
Oh, he's younger?
This guy?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mike.
Mike's younger too. I'm the oldest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So Mike's the youngest, or he's the youngest? He's the youngest.
Yeah, he's the youngest.
So, you guys are 4 years apart. That
Yeah.
means that he is
Two.
2.
Yeah.
2 to both of you guys.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
So who's had teeth knocked out? Neither of you?
No.
No.
Thank by the grace of God, no.
Well, we were talking about teeth earlier, so this guy knocked his own tooth out, but
Also, a sweet segue and transition. So, who's had teeth knocked out?
yeah, we changed
None?
this. None.
None?
This guy's had his wisdom teeth pulled out, no teeth, but yeah, I've had the teeth knocked out.
Dude, I'm starting to think that the only reason they put me under is so the doctor could fill me up. Yeah. I was like, is it necessary? He was just like, no, but I won't.
Absolutely. He's like, why are you putting that jelly on your finger? He's like, oh, yeah.
Dude, when I woke up, he was zipping up his pants. It was weird.
How old were you?
I was in my 20s.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was like 25.
So how old are you guys?
How old are you guys?
We're 21.
Okay.
You guys don't look older than 30 at all. Period.
Thank you.
Bro, your dad doesn't look, your dad's like,
Yeah, I agree with that.
you know how to say like black don't crack? Like your dad's like, I don't know what the Asian
don't raisin.
don't raise it. Yeah, bro. Like your dad's skin is like flawless, bro.
It's like every day that goes by, he looks younger. And that's because he works out and he takes care of his health. But I definitely agree. That man is, he's a one of one,
Yeah.
you know, in every aspect.
I was looking at his videos, obviously like the podcast we shot, and I'm like, damn, this skin looks fucking perfect, dude. It's so smooth, bro.
Be a model if you want.
Oh yeah, you could. I mean, I have a calendar of him. I just go through his Instagram, screenshot his shit, and print out some stuff. Calendar Rocky,
I like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag inspo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy, your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that he made the introduction to you guys. You guys are very nice kids, man. You guys are very respectful from what I can see from afar. And so,
We appreciate that.
yeah, absolutely. Kudos to your dad, right? Your mom, I'm sure, your family. It's not just one individual that raises a kid. But at the end of the day, you guys end up making the choices of how you guys want to be in this world, regardless of how you were brought up. You could have been brought up in a shitty household and still be good men.
Right.
But I think that the influence that, just having had many conversations with your dad, I think he's played a big role in that. So,
Do you guys ever finish each other's sentences? I mean, because right now you guys almost did.
We always do that. Like,
Yeah.
we always say the same thing. And it's like we know we're saying the same thing and we just finish it. We both finish it. And it's just second nature.
Basically.
Is it just because you guys have the same vernacular?
That, and I think when you're with somebody 24/7 from the day you're born till now, and as an example for us, you learn to have the same behavior with everything, the way you talk, eat, think, sleep, everything is the same. And that's something that I'm grateful for, is that being a twin it's not easy. It's not easy being a twin.
why?
Oh man, there's so many things. I think twins can understand that your whole life you're asked, you're always compared.
That's the number one thing. You're just being compared to in every aspect, whether it's the way you act, the way you dress, everything. It's all you spend your whole life just trying to differentiate yourself, And
As people who are not twins are like, oh yeah, they don't see the struggle of being compared. As to us, it's more of like a self-identity thing.
yeah,
Who are we individually? Because we're still individuals. So I think the twins that we've come across, it's weird because they're not as close as how we are, and it blows my mind because people say, oh, you're born in this world alone, you're gonna die alone. We can't say that because we weren't born alone at all. So it's a blessing for sure. Best believe that if I die, he's coming with me.
I'll take that.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of things,
Move your foot and point him closer.
it's hard when.
Scoot this way a little bit. There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Bada bang, bada boom.
I mean, that's important, man. Honestly, like not to cut you off, but I don't think many of us would have even thought of that. Like, I mean, if I sit there and think about it, it's just the individuality that each one of us want to have.
Right.
Right. Sometimes when I see kids and even us, like our parents really didn't dress us alike. Very rarely. I think maybe there's like 2 pictures that I know.
That he's wearing girl clothes.
Was it more like hand-me-downs for you guys, or was it more of style?
I mean, it was hand-me-downs, but there was no hand-me-downs. Like, there was no one older than I was, right? It was more, it wasn't fashion for us. It was simplicity,
right?
You know, affordability at the end of the day. But one of the things is my parents didn't dress us the same. Like, you know, we were allowed to be ourselves, right? And sometimes when I see people and they always buy their kids the same fucking clothes, and whether it's an older boy and a younger little brother, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like, it's like a uniform.
Right.
Like, let them express themselves. And it must be much harder if you're twins, because, no, fuck that. I'm just going to buy the same shit so they can just wear the same shit. Like, but I got to be able to tell you guys apart.
Oh, I think by the end of this podcast, you'll definitely figure out who's who. You know, because right now we're getting to know each other right here, basically. But yeah. So how did you meet? How did you meet my dad? Was it through Biggs?
Grinder.
He slid into the DMs.
Dad.
Yeah, he sent me a selfie.
I think I know the answer. It was through Mario.
Yeah,
through
Mario. So Mario Daggett. Shout out to Mario Daggett. He's obviously my tattoo artist. His tattoo artist on a lot of his work.
Need to see.
I think we're all blasted, bro, but we're all covered up right here.
Yeah.
You don't have a strip down?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking, which one came to the shop? Oh, okay. Yeah. Mario made me strip.
And, yeah, dude. I see. No, he's done it twice because he did it like 2 weeks ago. When we went there. It's like, I see this already.
He's always like, "You wearing underwear?" I'm like, yeah. And he also always asks because sometimes I won't. So, but it's through Mario. So Mario was my roommate.
Yeah, that's good.
And the way I met Mario is one of my exes knew Mario. I think she had, she knew Mario. Let me just put it that way. And then I got the introduction to him, and then him and I became friends. And we've been friends for... Shut up, Diego. I'm always dropping shit. Here, give me my fucking phone.
And shout out to Mario. He's signing on my policy as we speak right now.
Yeah,
I saw that. I told your dad to pinch Mario's nipple for me. He said he would, but he hasn't sent me a picture yet.
Dude, you definitely influenced the one he's getting right now. You know what he's getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely influenced him on that.
Van Damme.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
He's getting Van Damme. He's getting a full leg of like 80s action heroes.
Right.
Right. So it's like Van Damme and
Chuck Norris.
What else is he doing? Do you guys know?
Yes. I'm not familiar with the names, but the movies.
Yeah. It's all like movie characters.
Double Impact.
That's Van Damme.
And then
Black Dragon.
Black Dragon?
Yeah.
Karate Kid?
No. It's an old school movie. Oh, The Last Dragon, I think is what it's called.
Bruce Lee?
No.
Last Dragon? There's Last Action Hero.
Yeah, but it's all like 80s character, 80s action movie characters.
You guys watch those movies?
Dude, we were forced to.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Everything that he was on the TV growing up, man, I cherish it a lot. You know, to the music, the games, music, everything.
Did he torture you guys with R&B? Or what?
No,
baby making R&B music?
We watched the podcast right when it came out. I got off work, and him, my dad, and his girlfriend Liz were all bundled up on the bed with the TV. We were watching. I'm like, wait, you guys didn't wait for me? But yeah, we watched that, and yeah, there's a big controversy you made on there.
I know, man. Liz is about to beat me up. Like when we went to go eat. at the Calaveras.
Yeah.
She's like, "What the hell? You don't like it?" And I'm just like, I don't like that specific. I'm very specific. It's the baby making R&B music. I mean, there's R&B and I like R&B, but that like very sexual, bump and grind, like. And the thing is this, it was at a time when I was a child. So it was like I was 13 years old in the 90s, right? Like in my teens, and kids are listening to that music. So it was just very off-putting to me.
Right.
I was into just other stuff. Like I wasn't, it just sounded so just weird to me. Do you remember that music at that time?
I don't like it at all.
Exactly.
But it's not because it made me feel weird. It's just
Nah, I mean, it's just.
I get what you're saying because if I can use an example, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the song "I'm Sexy and I Know It" by LMFAO. I remember like the music video so vividly. There's a scene where he like takes off his pants and he has a thong. I remember as a kid just watching it and listening to this, like, okay, if my friends heard me watching this or seeing this, like, it's weird, right? So I get that, so I try to avoid it. But I still think it's art, and I appreciate art for what it is. So I'll, give credit to that. But when it comes to, like, R&B is not for everybody. That's true. It's just as how country's not for everybody, rock and roll's not for everybody. That very valid, entitled statement that you made. Yeah.
Those are some fighting words for Lizzo.
Almost.
she's gonna do the Van Damme splits on you.
She's standing
Give
on
me that
business.
roundhouse.
What did like? I know you guys, love music, obviously, and I agree with you. I think it's like someone told me once, like, "Oh man, you love art, so like, you like Van Gogh? No, not Van Gogh. Picasso." And I'm like, God, that is trash. That's trash, bro. Like, it's art, and I can appreciate that someone did art, and I can appreciate that someone else might love it, but I think Picasso's trash. It's cubism, it's a certain specific style of art that I just don't like it. It doesn't mean that it's not for someone else, right? Just like the same with style. Like, you can always appreciate something. But for you guys, what are your guys' musical influences for what you guys do? Because obviously you guys...
Man, that's a whole bundle of things, to be honest. We draw inspiration from a lot of genres. From, of course, rap, hip-hop. But me personally, I love like that heavy metal is my shit, man. What else?
Just like with pops, huh?
Everything, man. Everything. Something that we love that he doesn't like, though, is EDM. Like
techno.
Yeah.
Your dad doesn't like house music?
He loves house music the way house music was
like
back then.
freestyle.
Okay.
Right now, it's a whole different scene.
Yeah. Dubstep, all that stuff.
It's so difficult to kind of differentiate. Jeez, like EDM music, right? Because there's like house, there's techno.
Yeah.
There's
different
like variations of it. And we were talking about this the other day. And I grew up listening to the things that probably your dad and he was like listening to, right? So like hard house music. So that's almost like I like very like bass heavy house music with like a good upbeat, fast beat. I don't want to hear a bunch of girl vocals or just like too many vocals and it's like too slow or like the buildup it takes too long. I understand why people like it and I can appreciate it, but yeah, some of that music it's just doesn't put me in a good, not that it puts me in a bad mood, but it's not like what I really can thrive off of, you know?
So like you said heavy metal.
Yeah.
Like
specifically?
Yeah. Like what artist? One that comes to mind.
Well, Slipknot's always gonna have a special place tomorrow. You guys heard of them, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, man.
He loves them so much. He has 2 Slipknot tattoos of the same exact tattoo.
Really?
One's on his hand right there.
I saw that. Yeah.
I really wanted to get my hand tattooed, and I was just like pondering what something that's like, because it's your hand, everyone's gonna see it. Like, what's something that like means something? I don't know. Somehow it was just like that. It was, oh yeah, I need to get that, because they pulled me out some dark times. It was just like a quick little 30 minute, but it means a lot to me, man. They saved me. They practically saved my life. They pulled me out of some dark places, and I think that's the beauty of music. That's why we love music. That's why we're pursuing it, because it's something that the ultimate. You got some people that want to do music for fame, for money, but for us, it's not. It's not that. For me personally, it's like I want to be able to connect with other people, or the people that felt the same way I did growing up. I want to be able to just touch as many people as I can through music. Like, fuck the fame, fuck the money. It's not about that. It's about just connecting with people, that feel the same way that I did growing up. So that's what a Slipknot is for me. It's I can go on and on.
You should.
I can go on tangents, but yeah, Slipknot's one of them. Quarren Tools, fucking. There's a whole subgenres of metal and rock that the list just keeps going on.
Is it they influenced you, and then do you take? I mean, obviously what you guys do. It's a completely different style, right?
Mm-hmm. But I think I'm more into the theatrical side of it.
Okay.
Because if you really look into the history, it's a big group of 9 dudes, all dressed up in boiler suits, coveralls, and like at face value, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on? But we watch a lot of interviews, and we do our research on people that we like listening to, and when you just hear about the meaning behind everything that they do, it just makes sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not, because how do I say this? When they were first starting off, no one knew their names, no one knew what they looked like, because they all had masks, right? And the meaning behind it was, you're not going to get my name, you're going to get this mask, you're not going to seem like there's no style, we're all just going to dress as a unit, you know what I mean? They just want it to be about the music, and that's like fucking, there's no wonder they fucking blow up, So I think that part of it, that theatrical side, draws a lot of influence on me, for sure.
Do you think the anonymity is something that you guys would want to do? Like, because, for example, like the Gorillas, right?
Right.
The Gorillas people don't know what they look like,
right?
They perform, and then it's like a silhouette, or like Daft Punk, right? Daft Punk wears the
Marshmallow.
Face, Marshmallow. There's a lot of people who are kind of moving towards that. Like, it's not me, it's the music.
Exactly.
Right? Is that something that you guys have like considered, keeping the anonymity?
Most definitely, but I think it's kind of too late for us, because I am so confident that this podcast is going to be everywhere. Everybody's going to see this. Everybody's going to know our voices, and we're talking about it now, so it's too late. But
we can blur your face out.
Make you guys sound like this is a cartel interview.
I know.
Yeah, we're right here.
No, man, it's also like we stumbled across that idea multiple times.
But I think what makes us stand out is we're twins,
That's true.
So that's going to be our
Illy and Manili. But they lip sync. That doesn't work.
So hold on, and I don't. For me personally, right? Like when I do these podcasts, people share what they want to share. At the end of the day, it's like some people get very deep, some don't, and feel free to elaborate or not. There's no gotcha shit here. But when you say connect with people of a way that you felt at a certain time in your life, can you tell me how you felt?
Yeah, of course. I think what comes to mind is, growing up, me and him, we moved a lot, state to state, back and forth, different schools. Just never really felt to fit in, We never fit in. So I think when I didn't feel like I had no friends, besides him, but it's like, everyone wants friends in school and whatever. But when I didn't have any friends, nothing to do, Slipknot was there for me. That music just filled that void for me.
Thanks to our dad, because our dad
shout out
huge
to him.
He loves Slipknot. It's funny because our dad is so we call each other, and we call our group the Young Prophets. So the way we see it, everything that's been within, it's a prophecy. We're twins. Our birth date is April 3rd, 2002. 04, 03, 02. Our dad had us at 16. So it's like all the odds, it felt like all the odds were against us. And right now, our dad is doing one hell of a good fucking job for himself. And that's something that he should be proud of. And that's something that me and Andrew want to show off. We want to brag, because not everybody, people think it's like, at our age, people think it's cool to like bash. They want to make, and I get it, people that grow up without a dad, they're like, oh yeah, I didn't need my pops, I didn't need my moms, yada yada. I didn't need that. Like, I made it out. Well, good for you. That's your story. But for us, like, I'm gonna take the advantage of having a dad. And I think growing up, my childhood, I didn't want that. It's like, because we had a very complicated childhood growing up. But I think now that I got older, I took advantage of like having a dad as much as because we were far, we didn't live together, but we always cared about what our dad thought, and our dad had a mad the Asian tiger type of dad, a parental, the way you parent, but we always cared. We always had good grades. We only had good grades because.
This on you.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah. Let's try that because I think you and I will be good with this.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. What was I saying?
That your dad likes to dress up like Bobby Lee. Yeah, a little tiger outfit.
Yeah. So, I remember as a child, not as a child, maybe as a teen, it's just life was just going to school, trying to find friends, hang out with friends, and just do our Dougie, just live life. But we knew that we had this weight to carry of we have to make our parents proud. And so, we always got good grades. We listen. People bash on kids for being nerds and dorks or whatever, but like, I'm proud. I'm proud for what we've accomplished, athletic wise, because one thing I will always remember and always preach to athletes, kids that want to make it to the big leagues is, you have to do your schoolwork. You're a student athlete first. You're a student. And I remember one time we were in JV. We just transferred from our freshman year was our sophomore year for high school. So our first year was being a sophomore. So we weren't freshmen. And so we were new to a whole school. We didn't know anybody. We played football. So I remember that the coach all sat us down. And we didn't know anybody, And he said that we sucked. We sucked. We were like third string, second string,
Water boys?
Yeah, basically.
Left bench.
Yeah, man. That's who we were. And I think that meeting that we had, coach was like, he was trying to make a point to all the players about if you do the work. He made an example out of me and Drew. He said that football is not guaranteed for everybody. It's like a 1% that you'll make it to the big league, but doing your work, like being a student and getting that education, like he said, look at the twins, Aaron and Andrew. I know they're gonna make it in life. And him saying that, like all the times me and Drew wanted to be on the field and ball out like everybody else, him saying that was the highlight of our year. And so everybody has a card they have to deal with. They have to play a card, yeah.
Did you guys want to play professional sports?
Oh, we did it as a hobby growing up.
Hobby?
I think it was just something to do off of out of school, and we actually had a passion for it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were ass non-athletic.
We didn't know. We didn't have no guidance.
But you know what, though? I'll tell you what, we had that passion to show up. Even if we were the last kids running in line, the slowest, the weakest, we were there. We showed up. And I think that's just sets us apart, you know?
You guys have a really good mindset, man. Honestly, like, excuse me. Yeah, I probably would have called you guys nerds.
Right.
You know?
And it's okay, you know.
You won't be the first.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, looking back, I'm like, fuck. I wish I was a nerd. I wish I would have paid attention. I wish I would have listened.
Right.
I love learning, but my difficulty is like school environment. Like I have a very tough time like with school environment. But the fact that you guys were like, man, screw this, like we're students first. And yeah, we do this as like because it's fun. Obviously, because it's fun, and then you're part of a team, and for someone to recognize you for that says a lot.
Mm.
Obviously, that says a lot. And then at the end of the day, too, it's always I think it's the pressure of knowing that maybe like you guys are trying to also make your parents proud. Was it something because they made you guys feel that way? They told you guys, or you guys just felt it?
Well, we were living with our mom and our grandma. We were in our grandma's house mainly our whole life. And our mom did her best to provide for us. She also had there's 3 of us on our mom's side. So she's trying to raise, as a single mother, trying to raise all of us, all under grandma's roof. So, you know, she would do her 9 to 5 every day. And we used to just play video games most of the time before high school. That was our life, is just playing Call of Duty. And high school hit, it was like, oh, this is different, you know, like trying to fit in, trying to look cool and all that. And school has just always been a hobby in a way, because I think, like I said, our dad was a very good dad. Very, very, very good dad. But I think him being a young dad to start with, he didn't know how to be a fucking dad. So, you know, he would discipline us the way he would discipline us. And so that created it's like, you know, you don't want to get spanked. What are you going to do to avoid getting spanked? You're going to do this.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what it was for us. And being far away, you know, we would dread a phone call, like him yelling at us. And, you know, we just wanted to make him proud. We didn't want no issues, you know, because we knew that was our dad. Even though we don't live with him, that's our dad. And so thank God we did good, you know?
Yeah.
And I heard you guys got scholarships, right?
Yeah, we have a full ride to a university at our home state. And that lasted not that long for me. Yeah, I gave it a go. And honestly, I do think, I don't want to live with regrets, but I wish I took more advantage of it, because, you know, I worked my ass off to get that. But I think during that time, it's not the academics wise that I was like, I don't want to do this. It was more of like where my mental was at. I was like not happy, and I was like, where's my life going? I felt like the world was just coming to an end. Felt like something needs to change, or it's going to be the end of the world. And that is the mindset that I had. And yeah, I dropped out. I did 1 semester successfully, and then dropped out after. But he's got some time on his hands.
Yeah, I went for like 2 years, but I had some living complications, you could say, which caused me to drop out. But what was the original question?
So the original question was, what's your favorite color?
Purple.
And I don't know where he went with that, but I'm just kidding, bro.
With the well, he was talking initially about you guys feeling the need to make your dad proud.
Right.
But when you said that at that time that's how you felt that the world was going to end, what changed that feeling for you?
I think opening up more about my feelings. for me personally, kind of going back to the conversation, the subject that he was talking about with music and Slipknot saving him.
Who saved you?
I think I've always wanted to. I've rapped. I've been rapping, and I think me rapping is all. It came down to this. The root. The root of me rapping was me trying to fit in, right? So I remember I looked up to Tupac a lot because my dad loved Tupac. That's all he would play. All he would play was old school shit. No new shit. He used to shit on the new shit. So
now he's listening to the new shit.
Yeah. Like he would play Tupac, Bone Thugs, the main core, old school Ice Cube, NWA, all that. And so I remember it was when we were in middle school. There was this kid that we met. His name's Silas. And he's our big brother. He's maybe like a week. Is it? No, 1 year. 1 year older than us. And I remember he had a class with him. And he was a popular kid, right? And we just moved to the school, so we don't know anybody.
Yeah, no, he was. Let me emphasize, he was the most popular kid.
Yeah, so all the ladies loved him, right? Like all the guys, he was the popular kid. It's very transparent, and I don't know how it started, but I know that he would rap. He would just rap and he would freestyle because at the back of the school we had little freestyle sessions, and he would be like the main one. So we all got close. He would always come to the house, and I was like, shit, like I could be a rapper too. So I remember I started rapping, and we started a little group, and we called it was called BFL. That was our group, Brothers for Life. That group. We started that in middle school, and I remember going behind Goodwill, and he would be shooting our music video, just me and him, because we were the rappers. He would shoot the music video, and oh man, good times, man. That guy is, like not a lot of you can't call a lot of friends family. You have to gain that. You have to put the work in. You have to show that trust, and he's hit every bullet point exceeding. And we all got the same. Our first tattoo it says right here, all of our chests BFL, because we all created that, and we're all Aries, so we have an Aries logo. So I think that having him in our life became it created a foundation for me and him, because we were the oldest brothers in our family, so we didn't have anybody to look up to. We have no cousins. All we have is little ones. So everybody looked up to us, but we had nobody to look up to. So this kid, him being the popular kid and taking the time to be with us and give us his time, like we were like, oh shit, like fuck it. And me and Drew used to hustle. We used to, we were into kicks, shoes, Jordans at the time, right? And it was a culture. Shoot, Jordans and hype sneakers were a culture back then. It still is now, but it was different back then. And we used to hustle for our kicks. We got our first job at Baskin Robbins, and we would hustle and buy these shoes. And Silas wouldn't have the kicks, right? Like I remember. I'm not trying to put my brother on blast, but he used to live in the community projects, right?
Put him on blast.
Right? He used to live there, so we used to always kick it there. And dude, we used to always just share shoes, clothes, and that was kind of how our brotherhood started. It was like, like we all got each other's back. Anybody got a problem, like it's do or die, right, for all of us. So that brotherhood was there for us.
So for you, it was more the friendship relationships and what music allowed you to do, and it was still like the old school hip hop, like more your music that like
yes
saved your life in that regards.
For me, saving my life, well, music, yes. I wouldn't say Tupac. I would say, oh, dude, I used to be a very sad kid. Mm-hmm. Very sad. And, just...
Do you guys talk about that with each other when you guys were sad? Or no?
I think growing up, me and him started to go this way.
Yeah.
We would fight all the time. But now we're like this. But yeah, we were close, right? Like if we were going someplace that we don't know, yeah, we got each other. but at home we're doing our own thing.
So you guys weren't talking about your feelings to each
No,
other.
but
Here and there.
we felt the same way. We both
Yeah.
felt the same way. So
On
it
certain
wasn't-
topics, yes.
Yeah.
But I will say this: one artist that definitely got me through things was Sam Smith. You guys know who Sam Smith is, right?
I might.
You know, his song goes like, "I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one." And then there's another song.
I mean, is it?
They're
It's like a
billion view songs. I mean,
oldies. It's an
No,
No?
no. He has a song with Disclosure.
I have.
big. He's big, like big, but he makes like sympathetic, like sad music.
Hmm.
Dude, I used to cry my fucking eyes all the time to this shit.
For what?
Just you know, I always felt like I was alone when
Okay.
I was a kid. You know,
Okay.
that was probably the main part. So I would resort to listening to music that I can relate to, and I think this is the problem. The problem was me. I want to speak for you too, but if you don't feel the same way, but I feel like as growing up, we wanted attention because we never had it. Our dad was so far away, right? So we didn't have his attention. You know, our mom was working, so we just wanted attention, and that's my personality is like I'm active, like I'm me. I'm gonna stand on how I feel because I just wanted that attention. And damn, I'm having a brain fart right now. What is the subject we were talking about?
Sam Smith. Did you guys confide in each other?
Here and there, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So wait.
What-
Like,
Come on, man. It's twins. Like, pick it up. Like,
Yeah.
plug it in, bro. Touch each other's shoes real quick. Like, dink, dink. Like, transfer of thought.
no,
He's gonna be like, I'll be happy to take
So
one.
I don't want to take away from where your rabbit hole
Mhm.
is going. So if it picks up, feel free to bring it back in. But it sounds to me like, and again, just like you told him, I don't want to speak for you guys, right? So correct me if I'm wrong. But it sounds to me like you felt exactly the way most of us feel at your age. We just don't fucking say it. So I've felt super sad at many times in my life, even fucking currently. I went to McDonald's today and they didn't have breakfast, so I was fucking super pissed.
Nah, I was pissed too.
You
I
know,
went to Chick-fil-A on Sunday.
so there's a lot of moments in our life, like fucking the world's falling apart. I'm lonely. Like I don't know how I'm gonna get through this, or no one cares about me. Nobody pays attention. All these feelings of woe is me. But the thing is, it's not singular. Like, he's had those moments, maybe not as much as I have. My brother's had those moments, maybe not as much as I have, and vice versa. You guys have had them. Mario's had them. Rocky's had them. Once you end up talking to people and you start sharing shit, it's like, oh shit. Like, they've been going through it too. And that's what music actually provides in an artistic way to be able to help you connect. The problem is, I think sometimes we get stuck there.
That's what I was going to ask. So you guys feel like you guys leaned into that sadness?
Oh, most definitely.
Because I remember being super young and listening to, let's say, sad music, right? Morrissey and the Smiths.
Super sad.
Depressing ass music, right? Or like Kid Cudi, right? Where I remember I was talking to a girl the other day. She's like, he's kind of like depressing, isn't he? And I was just like, depends on the song.
Right.
Depends on the album.
Right.
But there's certain times where you're feeling whatever it is that you're feeling that we do as adolescent kids, teenagers, and then you lean into it and it's like, fuck that, like, I'm gonna be sad today. I'm gonna put on a fucking sad song and I'm gonna sit in my room and fucking.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
To answer your question, yeah. Cool.
And is it because I think there is artistic expression, whether it's painting, whether it's music, right? Anything that you are going to do, are you guys planning on like conveying how you guys are feeling and things? Because I know that you said you wanted to connect with people who felt like you did at that like certain time. Is that something that you guys are kind of projecting through like the lyrics, like the, you know,
1000%.
things like, you know,
1000.
to be able to resonate with people and maybe help somebody out of a situation or a feeling that they may be feeling at that time because you guys have gone through that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. 1000%.
That's dope, man.
Like, I think when it comes to music specifically, people take in music differently. People listen to, for example, I'm gonna talk about rap. You guys listen to rap, right?
Nope.
Here and there. You don't like rap.
Oh, yeah, what is it?
I listen to all kinds of music.
You can
But-
know a rap song, right? You know, you can name a couple rap songs in general.
Yeah, Jump Out the Window. I like that song.
By who?
I have no idea. Who's Jump Out the Window? Do you know who that is?
I've never even
I
heard
love that song. I mean, obviously, like the old stuff, yes, I like now. I didn't like it back then. Now I appreciate it, but finish your thought.
So, you listen to that Jump Out, is it called Jump Out the Window?
Jump Out the Window.
Jump Out the Window.
It's almost like a sad song, too.
Okay, so do you listen to the song because of the lyrics?
No.
To the beat?
Beat.
Oh,
See?
I'm a beat person.
That's what I'm saying. People take in music differently. Is it about the beat? Is it about what the person is saying? For me, I don't really meet a lot of people the way I take music in. I'm all about the lyrics. So I appreciate a good lyricist. But such as other people, like, oh shit, like, I like the beat. The beat makes me feel sad, groovy. Like I could fight somebody, I could fuck somebody up right now. Like that's what the beat does for somebody. But the lyricist makes me feel like, oh shit, like I feel like this, crying because like fuck, I'm not the only one that feels like this, and this dude's saying it beautifully.
He's saying how I feel.
Right.
You're the beat guy, right? Who's the beat guy and who's the lyricist?
He-
Or you guys
I
are
think-
both
I think, okay,
lyricists?
I'm gonna put it like this. I have the ear for beats and setting the tone for how the song is gonna play out and setting the mood because I play guitar, and I think I don't know.
Every song that you see on our catalog is because he's found all of the beats, and even right now we're in the process of learning how to do all that our own, but given to limited resources, you know, we got YouTube University. YouTube's free. Everybody's posting beats. So
PhD in that.
he definitely has the ear for it. All we do is listen to beats on YouTube. And that's just the start of it. But he's got the ear for it. And he shows it to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one.
I said I play the beat, and he just starts writing and writing the whole night, and the shit comes out fucking perfect.
Is that how the process goes?
It
Beat
is.
first,
Yeah.
then lyrics?
Most
Or
of the
do
time,
you
yeah.
sometimes have lyrics and then you got to find a beat for it?
Yes.
Is that a little bit of both?
Yes. Well, because the writing process is different for every artist. For me, with the way I write, man, I can go days of just writing, you know, to a song. And when I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone. So I'll go starving. I don't want to leave the house. I need to stay in this room. I need to loop the song. I need to keep going. I can't get distracted. I'm in my zone. And it's a bad... my dad's just like, you need to take a break sometimes. It's good to be in your zone, but you need a break. So it's like working out. The thing about my dad is he uses analogies. He always said, you know, I dropped out of high school, so I don't know. I use analogies to help me understand. So it's like working out, you know. In order to gain a muscle, you have to have a day off. You can work out. There's 7 days in a week. You can work out 6 days. All hard. Go hard every single day, but you need rest. You need to rest that muscle in order for it to grow. It can't grow without taking rest, so you need to take a break. Same with music. Same with anything, actually. Everything is a break. You can't do something, like, you just need a break. You need to, like, understand, like, what's going on. So for me, when I'm making my music, like, I'm in my zone. But yeah, I need to take a break here and there. I don't want to take a break, though, but I know I need to.
He's a smart dude, your dad.
Oh, I know. Dude, he's We're the young prophets. Where do you think we get it from? That's Papa Prophet right there.
Papa
That's
Prophet.
Papa Prophet.
It's my dad would tell me the same thing, man. Like I get obsessive. That's my.
That's the word. Yes.
It's an obsession.
That's
right?
the word. Yes.
So with what I do for work, or even art, but the older I've gotten, I've learned to let go. I've learned to fuck it. It's 2:00 in the morning. Like, what am I doing? And my dad, the example he would give me was the financial world, right? So my dad went to college or university for finances, and then he would call it fortalezas decrecientes. It's kind of like the law of diminishing returns. It's like you push it so much that now the results are less and less and less because you can't process it anymore. Your mind's not firing off at full capacity. So you need rest. And my mom would tell me, if you don't give your body rest, your body will give it to you. And that's when you get sick.
There it is.
Because you're not eating, because you're not taking care of yourself, because you're not resting. So sometimes logically we know these things, but emotionally it's so hard to let go because you're so obsessed with it. But it's a passion.
That's what it is. Yeah.
It's a passion.
Not wrong one bit. You're not wrong at all.
So for me again, it's I listen to lyrics, but it's sometimes hard for me to actually pick up on the lyric. Like this fool likes listening to Kid Cudi. And I'm like, fuck, dude, that guy's depressing. Like, let me slit him the long ways, bro. Like, fuck. But his beats.
You see how strong that is, though, for someone to feel like that? How strong music could be?
Oh, absolutely.
Like, fuck. Like, I'm sure you've seen, like, people in a museum just cry looking at the arts. Like,
oh, yeah.
That's how strong art is, dude. Earth is art. That's why it's art in the word earth, because everything in this world is art. But
bro, no. See, that's the thing. Music, Morrissey makes me cry. And Morrissey's depressing as fuck. And funny and witty and all that shit. But I'm a beat guy. Like that for me, sometimes I listen to songs and for years it's like esos son Reebok o son Nike. Have you
Yeah. The radio person.
The radio person. Exactly, man. But I think you're more of a lyrics person or no? You're still beat?
I think I can't speak for anybody, but I think the beat comes first. Like, I'm not gonna get to the lyrics if I don't enjoy the beat first, right?
Do it.
Yeah, and it'll take me a while. The same thing he was saying that music, sometimes you hear it and you don't listen to it yet, right? There's songs that it's been years. Like one of the tattoos that I have is in part Edgar Allan Poe, my grandpa, my grandma, but also a song that I had heard for years. And I knew the lyrics to, I was singing along to it, but I never paid attention to it, which is Mr. Rager from Kid Cudi. And then at that point in my life, it clicked. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, again, I've known the song, heard it 1,000 times, but then it was just like, oh shit, like,
you got older, you understand.
So this is what this motherfucker's been saying on that one, and it resonated with me a whole lot more. And it became heavily inspired for a tattoo that I have, which again has other components to it. But I had heard that song 1,000 times. But it wasn't until I was feeling sad as fuck after my grandpa had died, and I was just like, oh shit. And then you start to correlate a different significance and a meaning to something.
Yes.
But I think the beat has to catch my attention first, right? And then the other things come along with it for me.
Question, why do you have the Edgar Allan Poe tattoo?
So it's not Edgar Allan Poe. It's, have you heard of The Raven?
Yeah.
All right, so it's about Eleanor, nevermore. So it's basically his affinity for Eleanor, and that's how I feel like my grandpa felt about my grandma. Right. And again, my grandpa had just passed away, and it's called The Raven. And that day, I just happened to be seeing a shit ton of fucking ravens. Right. And I remember even like looking up and I was like, is that a fucking crow or a raven? Right. And like looking it up and I'm like, oh shit, that's a raven. So The Raven, through Edgar Allan Poe, how I feel like my grandpa felt about my grandma. My grandpa had just passed away the day prior. And that the lyrics of that song. It says, birds never seen flying around, or birds seen flying around, you never see them too long on the ground. You want to be one of them, you want to be one of them. And it says, Mr. Rager, tell us where you're going, tell us where you're headed, tell us of your stories. So those are all things that we used to tell my grandpa when we were young, right? Abuelito, cuéntame un cuento, tell us a story. And it says, I'm off on an adventure, I'm on my way to heaven. So all those lyrics that song was saying with Edgar Allan Poe, my grandpa passing away, how he felt about my grandma, all those things just kind of tied up into the inspiration for my tattoo.
Fuck, I didn't see it now.
Oh, my tattoo? I'll show you guys afterwards.
That's beautiful. I wish I had something meaningful like that.
You got plenty of canvas, my friend.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think what he's doing is he's acknowledging how beautiful that was. I am too.
Thank you, man.
That is.
But it's what Slipknot is to you,
Right.
right? That helped me in a difficult time in my life. And Slipknot, through what they provided for you at that time that you needed it,
Right.
just like, nah, dude, because you said, right?
Yeah.
It's on my hand. Well, everyone's going to see it.
Right.
So you making that conscious decision of putting that on a place that you know where it's going to be seen has to have had an important significance for you and a time that you were going through in your life.
Agreed.
Corn. You said corn too?
Yeah.
So, like, we had a friend growing up. And I know he doesn't watch these podcasts, so, you know, we'll talk shit about him. No. So,
What's his name?
Ivan Benicio Lopez. I will even give you his middle name. They used to call him Study God.
Just dumped it. He's just the number. There's only one person. Man.
Yeah. So he used to listen to that music, right? He used to listen to Slipknot, Korn, Metallica. And I would just kind of shit on him for listening to it. Like,
why?
it's fucking.
Because you didn't like it?
Like, of course.
Yeah, I get your friend for sure. All my friends make fun of me. They're like, you listen.
Well, I can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
You know? So this is the thing, right? This is what I'm going to say. So, shit on him, not necessarily in a bad way, but in a joking way as a friend, I think, back in the day at the time. And then this was in middle school, right? For me, Slipknot. Yeah. I think it was in middle school, 6th, 7th grade. How not?
Continue.
How not?
It was later, but continue.
Okay. To me, I think it was middle school.
That's that brother. You're like, why is that?
He thinks he knows everything. All right.
He's always off on shit, but again, it doesn't matter.
So I'm gonna have to Google it. So, anyways, I thought it was middle school. Later, when I was in high school, my brother Mike and I would always ditch. And we also had extra periods, right? So we would ditch, or not extra periods, but extra credits. Mm-hmm. And we would listen to a lot of fucking Metallica. Like, Metallica I've always liked, but the Slipknot was always difficult for me to, jump on. And so it's like, I've always actually liked this music. And then, again, forward many years later, and I love listening to Korn. I love, Freak on a Leash. And I'm just fucking, that music, blasting it, or Slipknot, right? Yeah. Metallica has always stayed on the list.
Always will, too.
Yeah, Metallica's
They're
fucking
legendary, dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you're in a certain moment in life, like Diego was saying, you find a certain connection because of maybe what you're going through. Right. Other times it's just, feel good music. Like I was telling your dad that, Tupac and Biggie, I hated that music. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it. He did. He liked it. Miguel liked it. Our other brother Mike. Mm-hmm. These fools are always angry. They're just mad angry dudes.
Right. Yeah. And you get into the lyrics.
And then now when I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. This is amazing. And now I like it. So sometimes music grows on you, or music happens to you at a certain moment. But for you guys, with what you guys are creating now, where are you guys at here when you guys are writing? Where are you guys at now? Are you guys still feeling that kind of way? Is that how you guys normally feel? Or
and then to add on to that, so when you guys are making music, are you guys trying to set a mood and a tone? Because that'd be more directed towards you, because you're the beats, right? So the lyrics are obviously going to. You can put the same lyrics in a different type of beat, and it's not going to feel the same, right?
But it can still work.
Correct, it can, right? But if you put, let's say, an upbeat beat, and then you put the lyrics, it still could hit the same.
Right.
But if you put something a little bit, where the mood is different, is that something that you guys again are like proactively going for? So it's like these lyrics with this kind of like.
It has to.
I want him to answer.
Yeah,
both
it
of those
definitely
questions.
has to. The lyric actually. You could say whatever you want, but it's like the way you say it, the way the delivery is, the cadence is. That's what it comes down to. Because for me, like, I don't even know how I forgot. And you guys listen to Alice in Chains, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're Slipknot level for me. I don't know how I forgot them, but man, those lyrics, any song, the lyrics are fucking mind blowing, like out of this world.
Sing one.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Okay.
I was about to ask that, like, what song? I know you play. What is it? Nutshell?
Yeah, Nutshell is pretty good.
What's like?
There's a lot, man. I go off albums because every single song is good. But yeah, it's like you can say whatever. It can be very, very depressing, very upbeat, very downbeat. But it's your cadence, the way you deliver it comes out of your mouth. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, that's the answer.
To answer your question, though, I believe that me and Andrew have overcame those battles that everybody has. Everybody has demons that they fight with monsters. I believe that we have conquered ours, and we've mastered not every battle, right? We haven't won every battle. You're supposed to lose battles, but you have to learn from them. So I think what we've done is, I think one thing that sets us apart from a lot of people is we understand. We understand things. We learn how to let things marinate. We learn what's good and what's not, right? Like, man, this is like so deep, dude. Like I haven't had this deep conversation in a long time, but I think that what he was saying about with the whole music, he wants to make music to connect with people. We understand what we need to say for them to connect. So right now, I think that we need to master and perfect our craft, which is our delivery, cadence, flow, our style. We need to understand that.
Yeah, because we're going through a rebranding. We had a whole different name and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It took us months, almost a year, to just fully rebrand. So
you know who came up with our name? Biggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is your name?
He called us up, Young Prophets.
Oh, okay.
But he called us up when we were in Vegas with our pops just driving. He said, "Hey, nephew, call me right now. Like, call me." Didn't tell me why. He just said, "Call me." And we met him once prior to this phone call. And we just had dinner with him and his fam. And called us, "Hey, nephew, call me right now." So I called him and said, "What's up?" I have it on speaker with my pops and Drew. And he was like, "Oh, nothing. I just wanted to call you because I came up with a dope idea. And I had to tell you before I forget it. So you guys are asking me about, you guys rebranding your name. And I thought of something dope, man." He was like, "The way you guys talk, the way you guys represent yourself, you guys are like prophets. You guys talk like prophets. You know what the fuck you're saying." And that shit blew our mind. Oh my gosh, I was in the back seat. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm listening to history, right? Because, oh God, it was beautiful. But his original was Prophets of Chaos.
Yeah.
More to me when I heard it, it was like he's trying to make a Salvadorian NWA with that. POC. This is dope. Don't get me wrong. But the prophets part, and he said, so prophets, you guys remind me of prophets, but at the same time, you know, profit is a two-word word. You know, there's two meanings behind it. So if you can find a way to incorporate profit money-wise, that'd be dope. So days after we contemplated about what our name was going to be, it definitely had to be profit in it. And we came up with Young Prophets because we're young. You know, all of us are young. Like my pops is young, right? He's a young father. And we're all young, but it's spelled Y-U-N-G, Young Prophets. And that's because kids nowadays, like the next younger generation, you know, we got some bizarre artists in mainstream big level. They got some bizarre names. So I figured doing that is kind of like eye appealing. It's like, oh, this is interesting. So that's Young Prophets right there. So shout out to Biggs. Yeah.
Biggs is
That's Uncle Biggs right there.
Biggs is a good man, dude. And one of the things that he shared on the podcast when I had him on, he was talking about his poetry, right? And he was talking about sharing a poem, and a friend of his or an acquaintance reading the poem and reaching out to him and saying, "Man, like you just described the way I felt." And so I was encouraging him to share more of it, because sometimes we don't share that part of ourselves, right? We don't share our art, like, you know, we don't share our music. You never know who you can bless with your hidden talents. For you guys, obviously, thankfully, you're out there to be able to put that out there. And yeah, I would consider you guys prophets, because it just the way you guys are, right? The way you guys are. So your personality, you know, the way that you guys can convey a message. Obviously, I've seen your videos, and as a friend, you know, to your dad, and as a friend to you guys, like, obviously I want to see you guys succeed. I told your pops that I want to introduce you to some friends that do music, that are professional people, right? So, you know, with him and I, the closest thing would be, let's say, finance. We're in finance, right? And so there's people that I know that are realtors, that are lenders, that are in my world. They do music, and that's their artistic outlet, and they're professionals. And I'm like, yo, dude, I can introduce some of these people, because some do beats, some do lyrics, some actually have dropped albums.
Right.
But if you guys were not the way that you guys are, that introduction might not happen, right? But you guys are very, I don't know how else to say it. Like, and Diego makes fun of me because, like, I tell him, I'm like, sweet kids. Like, you guys are sweet kids. Like, you guys are nice kids. Dulce, you know? That's what I call you guys.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think, what were you going to say something?
No, it's his dumbass rendition of. I just remember him telling my dad one time, he's like, yeah, so I'm being dulce. And I was like, it doesn't translate. I mean, it does, but, like, and I get what he's trying to say, but he says that shit all the time.
Huh?
What does that mean, dulce?
Dulce,
Sweet.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It literally means sweet.
Literally means sweet, but, you know, who wants, you know, that's like a literal translation.
Yeah.
So, music, Young Prophets, you guys are working and going to school right now?
We're not in school.
Okay.
We are working though.
Right.
Okay.
So we're just trying to stay busy.
Yeah.
Pay the bills.
Responsibilities, man.
We just
Adulting.
moved here like 2 months ago. We had, back when we were in Sacramento, we had a home studio. So right now we're in the process of rebuilding our studio. But it's, yeah, man, music is
life?
Music is definitely
it is life. I had a conversation with a friend, and I remember I was like having trouble writing something, or just trying. I was having writer's block, and man, he put it perfect. He said, "Let me ask you this: what's music? Music's life." Because I was complaining to him how I feel guilty going out, going to the bar, having fun, because I feel like I should be doing something. I should be, you know what I mean, putting work or doing something for my career. And he was like, "Well, what's music? What's music? It's life. Go out, go live experiences. That's what music is. You tell a story by living. You know what I mean? That shit was mind blowing for me. You know, because I stress myself a lot. Where it's like, oh, I don't want to go out. I don't want to do this or that. I put so much pressure on myself.
All of us do. Unnecessary stress.
But it wasn't until he said, just go out, go live life. Put that in your music.
There's a, I don't know, I guess you would say kind of like a biopic on some band from, or, you know, like a doo-wop band or something like that from like the 50s or 60s. And one of the guys tells him, he's like, your music will get better. He's just like, once you experience certain things, right? So then I think, I don't know, say like the next scene or whatever, it's like 10 minutes later in the movie, like he gets heartbroken. And then that's where his best album comes out, right? From like being heartbroken.
Yes.
When more things happen to you and when you experience more of life, you have more inspiration to draw from. Right.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
And I was just having a conversation with him too about, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the podcast about like having conversation with younger people. Like, are we the youngest people on the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for us, we in our generation, people that are trying to rap, make music, I know kudos to everybody, every artist, you know, but I think it's important that when you make a song, like, you should know what you're talking about. And that goes to what you're saying, because in order to make a good song, like, you have to have experience. Like, you have to know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, if you're heartbroken, like, you're gonna make a song. Like, if a good song that's blown up is a hit, and it's a heartbreak song, like, why do you think it's a heartbreak song? Because he knows exactly how the artist knows exactly how it feels to be heartbroken. So you have to go through those life experiences. And yeah, so I just wanted to say that you're 100% right. And you're 100% right about just living life. Just live life.
I just had a meeting with someone before you guys came in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going on to your point because I could see him judging me.
Mm.
Like, as I'm telling him certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, look, people's life change. People's life, they change about every 5 years. There's a drastic change normally every 5 years. So I'm explaining all these things to him, and I could see the judgment in his eyes. I could see, like, the fuck does this little kid know about changes in life?
Was he, like, how young was he? He was a young person?
No,
He was
older. Older than I am, obviously. Also, gonna tell me that I don't know, you know? And so and obviously, you know, I think I'm pretty good at my job, but it's like figuring out how can I get this guy to really buy in? And it's letting him understand I've been doing this for 22 years. I'm not a little mocoso.
Mm-hmm.
I can look young, but I know what I'm talking about. At the end of the meeting, he's like, man, I'm so glad I came in. No one's ever talked to me about this stuff. No one's ever told me how to do this. I've been trying to buy a house for 4 or 5 years. I lost the house many years ago through an ugly divorce. I never thought it was going to be possible. So what I'm trying to get at is that it's that you have to live. You have to go through things. You're going to fall on your face. You're going to make mistakes.
Yes.
You're not going to get everything right. You're going to fuck up on beats. You're going to change your name. You're going to change your style. You know, like, it's going to happen. You're not going to be wearing this 10 years from now. I promise you. You know, you're not going to have the same hair.
You evolve.
We grow. You grow.
Period.
And so through trial and error, you grow. And you always have to, the way to look at it, there's 2 ways that I kind of look at it is you fell forward. And when you fall, it's less brown. If I can look up, I can get up. Right? Like, just always forward, man. Always forward. I don't know if you were going to say anything.
Well, I had a question. Like, do you guys have a goal as far as like the music is? It's like, oh, we want to do a concert for 100,000 people. We want to have an album. Because I know that, well, I anticipate that fame isn't what you guys are going after,
No.
right? It's not fame,
It's what comes with it.
right? So do you guys have like a goal of like wanting to do like a live show or like short-term, long-term goal for you guys' music?
I have dreams of just performing on stage, you know, and it just feels so real.
So for me, and this kind of does go back to another subject that you were talking about. It's not the fame at all. We don't care about the fame. But for me as an individual, I'm not in a relationship right now, and I don't plan on being in a relationship. And that's because I understand my priorities and my purpose of what I need, what I want to do. It's not like it's given to me. That's what I want to do. But I want to build a foundation and an empire for our family. And that's the main goal right there. So, yeah, we look at to people that have made it, right? And we study them. That's why we watch these interviews, these podcasts, so we can study and see how they got there. And man, it's brain farts.
You need a coffee,
I'm
my
like
friend.
so passionate about what I'm gonna say. You know, but so back to what I was saying. What was I saying?
Goal.
I'm very forgetful.
Not about the fame.
Ditto.
Yeah. So sorry, dude. I want to be able to. Money's not the root to all evil. So I got a gift from a friend, sweater, right? It says money is the root to all evil. And so, you know, I rocked it because I got it for free and it's a nice quality sweater. I liked it. I wore it to one of Biggs' event, house parties of the 90s event. And one of their workers saw it and said, it's not money that's the root of all evil. It's the love for the money. It's the love that people got for the money, you know. So I agree with that. So I think that this world that we live in is ran around money. So we need money to make things happen, right? So yeah, I think it's important for us to understand revenue and finance, and you know that comes with the whole making it big stream, right? You got to know how to do it. You got to know the business side of it too. It's not, you know. But yeah, we want to perform. That, you know, like one thing that really started this whole wanting to be artists is
The root of it all.
we did a talent show in 5th grade, and we danced. We danced to Every Damn Shuffling by LMFAO.
Oh, did you guys shuffle?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll show you the video. But so since then, dude, we rocked that show, dude. And it was the fact that, you know, since we were little till 5th grade, we always had good grades, right? So everybody saw us as the class pest or whatever, right? Like really we had no friends, you know. People thought we were just nerds because we didn't know how to pronounce our R's. We had speech therapy until like
We had speech therapy for like 5 years.
yeah, and we had very high pitched voices, very like Donald Duck sounding voices. That's what people would say, dude. I'm not lying. So you know, I don't blame these kids for not wanting to be friends with us, right? But when we did the talent show, oh my god, everybody would just refer us to the twins. Always the twins. And I think after that made us feel confident in life, right? And that helped us get to where we want to be rappers and make it in the industry, is because like that moment we had of like showing off what we can do and we're vibing and this is making us happy. Like this is how we should feel regardless, 24/7. So I'm so glad that we did that. It feels like a prophecy. It happened. It was bound to happen. And this part is bound to happen, but we have to go. It's the journey. It's not about getting to the point. It's about, you know, enjoying the part of it. You know what I mean? You know, the saying, I'm not good at like talking as you can see.
You're doing good, man.
I'm passionate about like the subject. I just can't say it in words and articulate it good.
Rap it.
I could rap it for sure.
What do you guys like about performing?
We actually never performed.
And you guys performed at the 5th grade talent show.
Oh, that was amazing, man. Being able to, because we did our own choreography, we did everything by ourselves, and just being on that stage, we don't. For me, I felt none of the eyes. I was on stage with my brother. I had no stress. Didn't think about nothing. Just I felt the music.
Hearing the people chant,
Yeah.
it felt good. You know, like, oh, okay, you know, it's cool, dude. And just imagining, it's hard because being an artist, you listen to music differently. For us, since I want us to make it, I have to study the game. I have to study the industry. So I'll listen to a song repeatedly for a month. That's the only song I listen to. Like recently, I've been on that with Jelly Roll. I don't know if you're familiar who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Is he country?
Country.
Yeah.
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll. Oh my goodness, dude! I've been so hooked onto his music. And did you know he was a rapper before being a country
I did
artist?
not know.
A straight hardcore white boy rapper.
Yeah.
That's what he was. And it wasn't until he went to prison and he started listening to country music. And he's the reason why I love country. But so back to what I was saying, yeah, like for example, if someone sees my history of listening to music, they'd be like, "Why are you listening to this? This is so 19 whatever." I'm like, well, it's good. I'm gonna listen to it because it's good. And that me being an artist, like I take it differently.
I mean, honestly, dude, music, I think there's just so many genres like that I listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So many genres. Like, obviously, I'm into, like, I'll listen to my corridos, you know, like narco corridos, like straight up paisa music. And then I'll listen to my cumbias. Like this morning, I was listening to Aniceto Molina, like, you know?
The dance video. Wasn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
So I was Aniceto Molina, and then I was listening to rock en español. All fucking different. They're Spanish, right? Obviously at that point. But then I'm also listening to like EDM stuff, right? I'm also listening to huarache, like music. DJ McFly just showed me huarache, which is like Sonora Dinamita with EDM on it, or Juan Gabriel with EDM on it. And so I think like as an artist, like you can always just grab, and it just depends on what type of artist you are. I think at the end of the day, because you could be hardcore rap. That's all I fucking listen to. That's all I vibe with. That's my shit. That's my style. That's who I am. It's what I live. Okay, cool. Like no one's fighting with you. You know, be that. But just like with my art's all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Because it's just
that one right there, dude.
oh,
That
Joker?
is the most detailed. Which one do you think is the most detailed? Like it took you the most.
Behind you.
The planet part. What was the most like? What would you say was the most time you had to take time to perfect it?
The planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you see this one? This one's crazy.
Yeah, Mario tagged it up. Everyone from the shop tagged up that wall.
That's dope, man. That's hard.
Yeah, that's Angie. Angie, anime girls or die.
Yeah, but that one.
And my mom put Amor en la Eternidad.
That's badass.
You know, Mario also was right there. So, but it's all over the fucking place.
Yes.
Right? It's all over the place, and it's like I want to draw from different things, like that, because music's all over the place. My style of how I dress is all over the place. Sometimes I'm full black and my boots and my hat, and you know. But I mean, today I'm wearing this, right?
Right.
I think it's just being open. I'm very open in life. I'm very welcoming to different cultures, different music, different food, as long as it's chicken or steak. Nothing raw, bro.
You like sushi, bro?
Nah, you know what? You guys want to go have sushi after this? You hungry?
I haven't had sushi.
Let's go get some.
Yeah?
I'm gonna text Tony.
No, I don't want that raw sushi. I want the sushi down the street that has like that I could eat.
Cooked
Or yeah, that's what he likes.
Like
Sushi
tempura.
martini.
Oh, okay.
Like the place
Sushi martini.
or sushi martini. Yeah, we'll take. Yeah, we'll go.
Okay.
So your number one food, I know it's pupusas. That's what your dad told me, though. So that's what you guys like to eat.
And surprisingly, we don't eat it frequently. Maybe like twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's handmade.
Why? Why?
Handmade's the best.
Okay. I mean, how else would you make them? Feet made?
Homemade.
Homemade. That's what you meant to say.
He's just he's like that machine made.
The lady's doing them like this. Like.
Homemade is what I meant.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, sure.
Do you guys have anything you want to ask us youngsters? Music related or not? Culture wise or not?
I think, well,
because I think that's something that we can really like talk about for days, as being from a different time period, right? Because it there's stuff to talk about, and everybody has different perceptions of things.
I for me, I think it's there's several different things, but at the end of the day, it's not a question more than anything, but I think it's more of a statement, and it's just for whoever is your age, right? 19 years old,
21.
21.
You thought we were 19?
I don't fucking know. It's not like I'm listening to like half the conversation. No, I'm kidding. Yes, I'm always gonna mess up, right? So 21-year-old, it's to understand that this too shall pass, whatever the hell you're going through. Right? It's not forever. Whatever feeling you're having, whatever emotion you're having, whatever's going on in the world, but it's not forever, man. And there's always solutions and ways to get yourself out of it. Because the reason I say that is, I remember being your age, right? I remember feeling like, damn, this is like the end of the world, or just like everything feeling heavier than it really, really is. And I think that sometimes with the younger generation, because a lot of the younger generation is tapped into social media, right? They're like they live there. That's not the real world, man. That's not the real world is this.
Yeah, I was hoping you brought that. Somebody brought that up because that's important.
I mean, so like, let's say from your perspective, being younger and being around younger people, do you guys feel that people live in social media?
Yes, but like what you talked about in our dad's podcast, to learn behavior, because this generation, like when your generation, you weren't born with iPhones.
No.
These kids' generation, iPhone, iPads are a thing. So it's different generation time periods. I wouldn't have social media right now if I had a choice. But to be an artist, you have to showcase your art, music. We have to have social media. So I think that people should not live for Instagram, for likes, comments. No, not at all. It's not natural. It's not how you live life, right? It's not.
It's not, man. It's just it's a toy. Like for me, it's a toy. It's a toy that I fuck with all day long, right? Like I post a lot of shit, dance videos, or like our reels or whatever. It's art for me,
right?
But sometimes people think like that is me. It's a part of me, right? It's a part of my dancing. But then I can also talk about business. There's many parts to us. You're not just an artist, right? You're a son, right? You're also an academic. You're also a learner, right? And so it's not limiting yourself to like what people think that you should be, or that your social media has to revolve around one specific thing. There's a lot of recommendations on YouTube and with YouTube University that you should have a niche. Yeah. Be very niche, because if you're too wide, then you're not going to grab people. You have to be very niche. And I'm like, screw that. I am very wide.
Right.
like my personality is very wide. I am a very wide person in regards to what I allow into my life, what I listen to, who I read, for example, the type of art. So yeah, like I said, it's not more of not more of a question, but a statement that I would want to impart maybe on people that are your age.
Yeah.
It's to understand it's like it's not the end of the world, man. This too shall pass, and obviously tomorrow isn't guaranteed. I'm not saying that, but my mom would always say, "Don't drown in a glass of water." I don't know. Question from you? Statement?
No, I think, for example, it's up to us how long it takes before this passes to an extent, right? You can decide to sit and wallow, and there's certain times where there's outside factors that are going to determine how long you will feel something for, right? Sometimes some things take longer than others, but it's like, do you want to stay there or do you want to do something about it? And if you're going to do something about it, probably that time is going to be cut shorter, right? It's a decision that we make. Life is all about decisions. And those decisions can dictate the outcome of how you may have an outlook on life. And as far as like for like the younger generation, I'm trying to think back again of when I was your guys' age. And maybe I think one of the things that you just said right now, it's like the world is going to end. That was never my thought. My thought is this it? Yeah. That was my whole thing when I was younger. Like this is fucking life. Like, and at 21 is different than it is at 25, and it is different than it's at that 35, and it's different when you're fucking 13. But I just remember that being kind of like something that used to go through my head. Like, is this fucking it? Like, you go to work or you go to school, like, yeah, you have like your friends and your family, and don't get me wrong, those things are very important and they mean a lot to you, but it's like, fuck, like, that's all?
Yeah.
But then life is what you make it, right? You make the situation whatever you want it to be. And sometimes you have to, he had mentioned this in a previous podcast where he's a very strict with himself, right? Very rigid, very drill sergeant mentality, right? And he's just like, and my brother there was, he's a lot nicer to himself. That's to an extent forced, right? To me, it's just like, fuck that. Like, do I want to spend time being like negative or sad or angry? Or do I just want to tell myself it's going to be fine and it's going to like, and even though you can't just say it's going to be fine, it is going to be fine, but I've made a conscious decision to look at things in a different light. And you guys being as young as you guys are, like, the thing that I can think of, or the thing that comes to mind, I just met you guys an hour and 49 minutes ago, right? I have admiration for you guys because at 21, I wasn't fucking thinking about, fuck, I don't want to go to the bar because I want to make something of myself. Mm-hmm. Because it was very hard for me to find a passion about anything ever in my life. And I'm a grown-ass man. But you guys have that at a very young age. You guys have always wanted to make people proud. And you're talking about what you want to do, right? I don't want to have a girlfriend. I want to focus on building my family legacy, right? And I know what I need to do in order to get that done. So you're studying music, you're studying beats, YouTube University. You guys have a drive that I don't think most kids or even adults, we know grown-ass fucking men that don't have that drive, motivation, that focus that you guys have. So I would like to give you guys kudos that you guys have that, and you guys not only have that, you're doing something about it, right? You guys are actively doing what you feel that you need to do, whatever it may be, to accomplish that. But then you also said the thing about enjoying the process, right? There's the whole thing about a goal. But if you get to that goal, it might not be what you thought it would be. Right. And sometimes you're so focused on that goal that there's something that's even better or just as good, but you're not paying attention to what's going on around you because you're so focused on that goal. So sometimes you can't see what's in front of you. But you guys have a combination of those things. You guys have that goal. You guys have that target that you guys are trying to hit, but you guys are also able to enjoy what's going on right now, live life and experience life,
There's a balance.
and have a balance. So I don't know many young people, but from the young people that I do know, or what I've come across, is you guys are different, right? You guys have something that a lot of people, independent of age, don't have. And that's really dope to hear and understand that you guys have that mentality at such a young age.
It's honestly,
Everything he said times 2. All right.
it's a blessing. Like, I understand it's a privilege. Everything's a privilege, right? It's a privilege to have an education. It's a privilege to have both of your parents in your life. It's a privilege to have siblings, right? So I'm grateful. I know he's grateful. So I know you guys are good men, you know. None of us are perfect. None of us are worthless, though. We all.
Who the fuck says that? What 21-year-old is saying none of us are perfect,
It's
but
not
none of
that.
us are worthless?
It's the music, dude. I can
You'd
tell
be
you what
surprised,
song.
there's a lot of people. I feel like you guys just haven't met a lot of 20, because I know a lot of people that's like, obviously they're not at our level, but like I know a lot of people our age that are doing way more than
Us.
us,
Yes.
a lot. And that's what we try to compare ourselves. I know it's not good to compare yourself, but
So not better.
have you
Go ahead.
have you guys heard the phrase "comparison is the joy of the thief of
I
joy"?
tell myself that all the time.
But comparison can also be used to your favor,
Facts.
right?
You can use it as for me, I use it as motivation. You know?
Because, so, for example, say I'm at the gym, right? And then I see someone, and I'm like, damn, the motherfucker looks delicious. Right? And I'm like,
see this happen today.
so it's like, fuck. I could use that in the comparison as a thief of joy and be like, fuck, how come I don't look like that yet? Or whatever it is. But then at the same time, I could look at somebody else and be like, at least I don't have that far to go. Right? It's a comparison. But at the same time, I'm using that comparison to my favor. Nothing wrong with that guy. I applaud him, and every time I see someone at the gym, every time I see someone who's working out, when I go to the Claremont Loop, I miss a good job. I'm fucking running, good job, right? But I can look at somebody, and I can still compare myself to them, and then it's not the thief of joy. It's just like, all right, well, you're not doing so bad. You don't have that far to go, as far as other people have to go.
Right.
So the fact that it's like, yeah, there might be people who are your guys' age who are doing more than you guys, who are, who are, let's say, an inspiration for you guys. But you guys are doing a lot, man. As far as what you guys are putting out into your...
I just think what you're putting out, but at the end of the day, it's like recognizing what your passion is and like going for it. And a lot of people don't have the balls to do that. And anybody else who's had additional success, you know, and there's always going to be better people than you, period. No and ifs or buts. Unless you're Jordan, you're a phenom and you're that weird 1%. Like I'm pretty successful. There's people that make a lot more money than I do.
Right.
He's pretty successful. There's a lot more people that have companies that make more money than him. Right. So it's like, and that's where like my aggressive personality comes out. It's like, what do I care? Shit, I got my road to go through. Like,
and I agree with that.
You know, like,
I think you and me are like.
I'm very, like he said, the niceness, the aggressive. I'm very aggressive with my personality, how I look at things. Like, but what I think for you guys is, it's like, keep going, keep failing, right? Keep pursuing that career and get up on a stage. Figure out a way to do that. Right.
Well, no matter how long this takes, years, decades, I'm still gonna be doing music.
Yeah.
Because you look at a lot of these rappers, like for example, Larry June. He's probably the biggest Bay Area artist right now. You look at his catalog, fucking years and years, like almost more than 10 years he's been fucking doing it. And now he barely just started, like he's on top. He's number one.
You gotta put 10,000 minutes.
So it's the law of the iceberg, and this is the thing people don't fucking know. So you guys know what an iceberg is, obviously, right? Like the part that you see,
Yeah.
and it's like 10% of it, and the rest is underwater. People don't see this shit. People don't see the grind. People don't see that you went to shows and didn't get paid. The nights that you spent writing over and over. And people are like, oh shit, what an overnight success. Oh, they got lucky. It's like, nah, bro, you don't know what the fuck I've been doing.
Yeah.
I don't tell everybody what I've been doing. I don't tell everybody where I've been, what I had to go through and what I had to endure to get here. But yes, with comedians, right? What's that white boy's name that just people are all pissed off
about? Matt Wright.
Matt Wright.
Yeah.
So people were saying, like, obviously they're talking shit about his scenario and his. I'm just like, screw that. They're funny jokes, you know. But it's like, oh, he's gotten the recognition because he's pretty or he's cute and, you know, overnight success. It's like, dude, watch his interview. He's been performing since he's 14.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's been putting in the work. But from outside looking in, people are always going to judge. So for you guys, it's like, keep going, keep grinding, keep doing. I don't know if you guys have anything to add or say to our old ass
Or ask.
or ask.
What do you think? What do you? Oh, do you have some a question?
No.
What's your favorite? What's your guys' favorite music? Since you have made your controversy on our dad's episode, I want to bring one up. So
My favorite music. So what I'm listening to a lot right now, and then my favorite music. So what I'm listening to a lot right now is corridos. Like I'm big into a lot of corridos, Fuerza Regida, and it's like it's gang shit, but it's also very popular, and they throw a lot of English in it. And what I love about it is that it has a lot of bass, it has a lot of tuba, and it has stand-up bass. So they're slapping that shit out of the bass, which reminds me of my favorite music, which is 50s rock and roll.
50s.
Yeah. Rockabilly, like Elvis, Carl Perkins. Not old Elvis, because older Elvis has way different music, but it's like 50s rock and roll.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a genre, it would be 50s rock and roll in a very fast, like, you know, bite your ass second would be cumbias. Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I think, as most people, I do listen to a little bit of everything, but I don't listen to music as much as I think the average person. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of books.
Yeah.
But today on the drive down, I was like, I want to listen to music today. But I was listening to punk. I was listening to GBH. Or I'll listen to... My music will go, again, just like anybody else's, right? It'll go from the Spanish music that like my parents grew up on. Salsa, merengue, stuff like Roberto Carlos. But I would probably say for me, it's like... And again, I wouldn't even know how to categorize it, but some type of like EDM, right? Like when I run, fast, upbeat, right? Like that's what I like, fast and upbeat. But yeah, man, I think it ranges from like probably favorite would be like EDM, and then, you know, I like my little PFR. I like punk, I like 80s punk and stuff like that.
Misfits.
Yeah, Misfits. Then like Casualties, Major Accident, you know. But it'll be very seldom that I listen to music. Like even when I'm at the gym, I'm listening to a book sometimes. But I mean, he's music all day, every day. He turns on, it's music. He'll sleep, it's music. And don't get me
all
wrong.
day, bro.
I love music.
I can't see the thing is I can't listen to a fucking podcast. That's why our podcast, no, hell no, is boring as shit. If I don't see it, I'm over it.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm visual.
Gotcha.
I'm very visual.
Visual learner.
100%. If there's a movie on, I can't go to the restroom and come back. I'm like pause, because even if I'm listening to it, you know, if I go to the restroom, like if I go to the kitchen, I have to watch it, because if I don't watch it, then it's not for me. So like podcast stuff, I have to watch it. Even if it's on 2x speed. Like, yeah, I'll just be like 2x speed, like, and I'll, but I have to be watching
You're a
it.
visual learner.
What?
Dude, that's exactly how I am with books. I can't read books because when I read, I get lost.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, I read a whole page. I'm like, what? I get to the end. I'm like, what did I just read? And that's because I'm thinking about other stuff when I'm reading. So I'd rather watch a movie. I'm a visual learner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You too? Visual or auditory?
I'd say I'm on both.
Mm.
I love books.
If it's poetry, it's different. I could paint a picture with poetry going on. Like, I think the most important subject I learned in school, which was a privilege to take that class, was the Shakespeare, William Shakespeare and film, and that class changed my perception of life. In my senior year, man, I would sleep because his Shakespeare's plays are so long, and it was a different type of English, so I didn't know what he was saying at all. But then we would watch the plays. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. But dude, books are so hard for me to read, man.
That's like, see, what you guys are doing is you guys are painting of a picture, like an auditory picture with your lyrics.
Yes.
Right? I'm auditory. I can listen to something and be doing something, and like I can still pay attention, right? But I'm also very visual. And I took 2 cinema classes when I dabbled with college, and being able to tell a story, right? I fucking love stories. So when I'm reading, ever since I was a little kid, I would just imagine everything that I was reading and how I pictured it. And I'd be like, damn, this is fucking dope. Like right now I'm listening to a book that my dad's friend in El Salvador had recommended. And I'm like, dude, the author, even though the book is weird as shit, he's like, he's painting such a fucking picture with words, right? And you can, or not everybody, but you can imagine, because of all the adjectives and the descriptive words that he's using, to be able to picture everything that you fucking see. That's why, like, I've told him I want to do a comic book because through that form and through that type of expression, like, I'm a very hard critic when it comes to movies, and he and I talk about this, and I'm like, dude, they could have done this to convey this emotion, right? My favorite, Rocky. Yeah, man.
What's yours?
Rocky 1.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you guys like my dad?
Why?
Dude, I talked about this.
I'm not opposed. I'm just curious as to the why.
I think for me, it's a love story, like, first and foremost, right? Rocky is about Rocky, who is trying to get at Adrian. It's about a guy who happens to be a boxer, right? And not a very good one. But that whole movie is him trying to get at Adrian, the super shy girl. So it's kind of like 2 outcasts. And the super shy girl who works at the pet shop, and he literally goes in there every fucking day and he makes up a new joke. He makes it up and he practices it in front of the mirror just so he can try to get her to fucking, like, smile.
Yeah.
And through that, like, love story, it's a guy who, the first scene, he's, in a shitty gym. People are throwing popcorn at him. People are telling him he's a bum. Even his trainers, it's like, you want some advice? Like, fucking, like, quit. And he's just, like, sitting there, he's like, water. So, like, his perseverance of trying to do what he wants to do, and he gets paid shit money, and then he goes to a beat-up fucking apartment, and in that beat-up apartment, they do, like, a really, really dope scene, in my opinion, where he's all beat up, right? He has a cut above his eye, he has a black eye, and he's looking at himself in the mirror, and there's a picture of him when he's young, right? When he's young and innocent, he's smiling. And then you see what he's become as a grown-up, as an adult, getting paid $17 or whatever it is to, like, fight. And he's a loan shark, and he ends up getting an opportunity from Apollo Creed, and all he wants to do with that opportunity is to prove to himself that he's not just another bum from the neighborhood, right? He's wants to go the distance with Apollo Creed. He wants to prove it to himself that he can do what no one else has done. And the story and the way that it's shot, the way that it's written, everything about that movie to me is fucking amazing. Still good moral behind it. That's why I like it. I don't know about you. He likes it. He'll probably...
I know you like your tattoos explain.
Bite my answer.
Would you say it's the same reason?
Fuck no, Diego talks too much. So,
That's
So-
really low.
Yeah. So the point of it's a love story, but it's also a story about perseverance and just getting a shot. That's all life's about. That's all we should ever want. We want a shot. We want a shot at love because love is important, and we want a shot at success. And success isn't always defined by winning; it's by trying.
Yeah.
So plus all the other beautiful things he said, because there's so much more to it. There's so much detail in it. And yeah, man, it's a movie that we grew up with. We would watch it with my dad. Like the tattoos your pops is getting today.
Yeah.
Those are the movies we grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I know that you said that those are times that you always like cherish, right? I think it's the same thing for us.
Yeah.
Dude, my mom hates it, you know, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, like whatever. Like, yeah, family's over. We'll put on a fucking movie.
That's what we do.
And my
She
mom
wants
hates
to put
it.
on music and dance, and we're like, put on a fucking movie.
She wants us to like, you know, engage and interact, and like we do, but like that's how we bond,
Yeah.
right? Now that he and I don't live together, sometimes I'll come down the hill like on a Saturday or Sunday or whatever, and it's just like we're gonna watch a movie.
Fucking movies, bro.
And we'll watch like 2 or 3 movies, and that's our bonding time, and it's like stories. So like, what were the movies that you guys grew up on?
Man, we can all the Avengers, X-Men, grew up on all those.
X-Men, Marvel is probably the primary answer right there for
Who's your favorite superhero? Pick one.
He's like, my dad.
My dad's just always gonna be
No.
Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
I would have picked that, but that's it. So I don't want to. I'd probably say. You go first.
I don't know if it's obvious,
Green Lantern.
but
No, I'm kidding.
Green Goblin?
Green Lantern.
oh, man, I've always loved Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Hulk.
Why?
Oh man, I remember one this is not the reason why, but I remember one Halloween. I have a picture, but for Halloween we dressed up as Hulk and Abomination. But I loved Hulk because just big guy, you know. It just happens to be like even on the DC side of it. Wait, no, what's Fantastic Four? That's DC, right? That's
Fantastic Four
Marvel.
is
It's Marvel.
DC?
It is Marvel. Yeah, it is Marvel. It's just every like I just like the big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I always just like I don't know. It's just kind of drew my attention. But I've always loved Hulk. Hulk smash is just my thing.
and yours?
I would have to go with Thor, probably just because of his character development with his brother Loki. Like that dynamic is hits home.
Mm.
You know, I think it resonates. I resonate more with that.
Yours?
Batman or Spiderman?
Fuck you.
I
Cop both of mine.
Yeah, like the relationship that Peter Parker had with his Uncle Ben is, I think, a similar relationship that we had with our grandpa. You know, someone who was a voice of reason, someone who like helped guide you, even though you maybe didn't want it at the time. It was someone who definitely helped shape, mold the men that we became. And then he has his relationship with Aunt May, and you know, very close with my nieces. And he's a young kid. He's a young kid who's in college and gets thrown into something like that. Man, Batman's just dope as shit, man. He's not a superhero. He has no superpowers. His superpower is his mind.
Yeah.
Like all the things that he devises, and then he has like the money that, you know, but he's a superhuman, and he uses all those tools. So yeah, Batman and Spiderman.
That's a very
I was telling someone yesterday because they were sharing a very fucked up story, very, very messed up story, a certain situation. And, you know, I was using humor. You know, I use a lot of humor to maybe deflect or make someone smile. And I was telling them, like, Superman is justice. Batman is vengeance. Like, I love Superman. You know, like, fuck, who doesn't love Superman? He's fucking awesome. But vengeance. Sometimes, like that lives in us. And sometimes like I'm about it. Like it's not justice in life. Sometimes it's like it's the right thing to, turn the cheek or whatever. But sometimes it's like, nah, man, vengeance is coming, and I understand why it came. Especially in the streets, or especially when like that situation, that scenario that person shared with me, I'm like, yeah, I totally get what you're saying.
Villain.
Yeah, dude. But Batman is.
What's your name?
Oh, you said who's your favorite villain?
Oh, my favorite villain?
Oh,
Favorite villain.
That's a good question.
I've never thought of a favorite villain. You have a favorite villain?
Juggernaut. Just because he's against your dad. Or Omega Red. That's the one who hates Wolverine.
I like Omega Red. I mean,
That's
the
guy with
Joker.
the all red head.
Yeah, he's like a Russian, or he's something like that from Eastern Europe.
Yep.
Fucking villain.
Like from recent movies?
Did you just Marvel only?
Mm.
Because I think a good villain in the beginning, which he didn't turn out to be a villain after, but what's his name? The guy from Fast and Furious when they killed his brother. Brian Shaw?
I've never seen Fast and
What? You're
Those movies are so whack.
What?
Let's go steal some stuff. It's like
One and two.
I think I watched the first one maybe, but then it got too.
I respect that.
No, it got too crazy because we've been to around that life, the real, stuff, and it's like it just seemed very cartoony to me.
Right.
Like very just
Corny,
like
cheesy.
corny and cheesy as fuck. Like this is not what that shit is about. But I want to watch them because they're cultural relevance.
Yeah.
It's like like Harry Potter. Like I was never into Harry Potter, but then I was like, man, I gotta watch this shit. There's some shit. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
That's a good one.
I don't know any. I've never really thought of any evil person. Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
Drago.
Are we talking about movies or are we talking about comic
I was
books?
talking about movies.
Oh, movies. Bro, I was thinking about comic books.
Ivan Drago.
Really?
Villains and
You like him?
Oh yeah, it was a beautiful man, Dolph Lundgren, man.
I know he's a physicist.
That was like, he's like a beautiful specimen, bro. Like,
Didn't they? That's the guy.
Universal Soldier, the guy from Universal Soldier with
Oh, my favorite. Oh, I got one.
Who?
Bolo.
Bolo from
Enter the Dragon.
No,
Yeah.
not Enter the Dragon.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. But
Have you guys seen
Bolo.
Bloodsport? Bloodsport. So he's in Enter the Dragon. His name is Bolo Young. Dude, he comes up on my TikTok. I follow him. I was gonna say, he comes up on my TikTok. I follow him. But dude, he's like 70 something. That fool was still fucking yoked.
Yeah.
But he was a bad guy in Enter the Dragon, and he's the one who like, I don't know if you guys know this, but have you guys seen that movie with Bruce Lee? No, Enter the Dragon.
No.
So in Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee goes to an island and there's like a little fight, thing.
Is this him in the yellow suit?
No, this is him where he has like the big old like where the guy scratches him with the like metal claw.
Okay.
So when he's walking through like the training or whatever, yeah, when he's like walking through like the little like island or whatever, he hits a board, and then Bolo looks at him and he's just like, "Board, don't hit back."
Yeah, I remember that.
And then in Bloodsport, when Van Damme does a dim mock and he goes, "Bah!" and he breaks that bottom one, Bolo is like training or whatever, and he looks at him and he's like, "Brick, don't hit back." So it's dope that Enter the Dragon reference was put into Bloodsport, same bad guy. So I thought that was dope. But yeah, Bolo Young, I think he's probably my favorite villain.
That's a good one.
I know, his bitch.
Alright.
I got a good one.
Let's
What
go.
was your celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush.
Talk about when I was a kid. Topanga,
Tom
Pizza
Cruise?
Turtle.
Of course, man. Fuck, have you seen him run?
I honestly can't even, dude. I don't. I don't know. I don't know how he looks like. I can't think of it. I have to go on.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
You don't know who Tom Cruise is?
I mean, I know the name. I just can't think of the face.
Bro, I'm punching.
That's the thing, though.
See,
mainstream things, I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
So.
you know what's funny is he loves those movies, right? Action movies. He likes action movies.
Yeah.
They can be entertaining, right? But he's just like, you want to watch MI5? No. I'm like, I mean, I will. But he likes action movies. Or he likes like John Wick and shit like that. I don't like that. The first one, all right. But after that, it's...
You are a hard critic.
Bro, it's just, it's not, all right. When it comes
There's no substance behind it. The thing is, like, I buy into it, and he's like, I can't fucking buy into it.
Fuck off.
That's
right.
Yeah, and I'm like, let me buy into it.
No. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, have you guys seen Equalizer?
No.
Right?
Oh, God.
Oh, I've seen clips on TikTok.
Yeah.
It made me intrigued, though.
So, Equalizer 1 opposed to, like, John Wick, right?
I don't remember either.
I don't remember. You don't remember anything.
Yeah.
But with Equalizer, the first scene is them panning through, like, the apartment. And then you see that a bed is already neatly made, right? And the alarm goes off, but he's already awake. And then he's at the kitchen table, and then you see that he has everything like neatly like done. So it's like you're already starting to develop a backstory on who this person might be, and then it takes 2 minutes for you to start to develop a backstory. He is obviously probably a military man. He's up before the alarm goes off. He's very neat. So you start to develop all these like things on who he might be as a person and why he's a trained fucking killer assassin, and then it develops from there. And yeah, he goes around killing fucking everybody. But John Wick is just this like, oh, they killed his dog, and then they don't give you no backstory about who he really is, and it's just and that's all it is for fucking 4 movies. It's stupid.
But it's also I think in the way your perception, I think same way with music. The way you watch movies as for like, oh, it could have been done better, right?
Mm-hmm.
As for somebody else, oh, I'm appreciating the movie how it's already made. Like if it was good, it was good. If it was bad, it was bad. So both of you guys' opinions are 100% valid.
Yeah, it's objective. When it comes to taste, no matter what it is, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's art, like just because
blondes or brunettes. Hey.
Just because I don't like a movie doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It's just not for me. I don't like anything horror. I don't like horror movies.
I don't like horror movies at all.
No, that's because you get scared.
Just scary.
I don't want to get scared, bro.
That's it.
Like, fuck that. I don't want to get scared. I don't want no one pulling my patas. Like, let's see what now and see pitillo. Like, my mind goes fucking bonkers, bro. I will replay that shit in my mind. Really? Like, I'm going to bed, bro, and I'm just like, I'm looking down the hallway, like, oh fuck, bro. Like, why did I watch that? Even a previews to scary movies, I'm like, I don't want to see that shit. Because it actually causes what it's supposed to cause. It scares the fucking shit out of me. Me personally.
That's crazy. I'm the opposite. No movie scares me.
No, they don't scare you at all?
Like, no.
Oh, they fucking horrify me.
I breathe and I can't live without horror. Like,
that's the slip.
What's your favorite horror movie?
That's a horror question.
Give me 3. 3 that is just like...
Saw for sure. The whole Saw series. I love it. Jason will always be nostalgic for me. And I'll go with Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
Yeah.
You?
Classics?
I mean, I wouldn't really pick a horror movie out of preference. I'd go with action or...
Action. What's your favorite action movie?
I can't think.
Top 3?
Gun
to your head, go.
Fast and Furious?
Okay, I guess I'll take 3rd place. But action, I don't know. I think one good movie. I've always loved movies that hit. You know that there's a good message behind it. I love The Hate You Give. Came out a couple years ago. You guys not familiar with it?
I've heard it, but I'd have to.
Action, I don't know, but I will say that the Street Fighter movie and Mortal Kombat movie was
with Van Damme? The original?
For
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter?
The original one?
He's Kyle.
Was he? Was that the one where Akuma killed, or was it the movie before that one?
The 90s one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. That's why. That's where.
All right, so hold on. But who was your favorite? Your crush, your childhood crush?
Ooh.
Wait, I don't think we answered that. You said Topanga.
Oh, I had a lot. Lisa Turtle, Topanga, Hillary, or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Hillary, Topanga from Boy Meets World, Lisa Turtle from Saved by the Bell, Jesse Spano, Legs.
You got a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a horny kid. I turned into a horny man.
Who's your?
Mine has to be.
I already know his.
What is it?
It's I don't know. That girl. Oh, I know her name. Salem.
Salma Hayek? Oof.
It's Gal Gadot. I think that's.
Oh, Gal Gadot.
Oh, that girl.
Fuck, man. When I first saw her as a teenager, I was like, wallpaper for like a good year, man.
Yeah.
I still have that picture too. Oh, man, she's the epitome of beautiful.
Childhood crush.
You have that one, dude.
Nah, not really. I mean, oh yes, I will tell you. Fuck, and this is bad, but I can't say the certain part. I'll tell you guys afterwards. But fucking Gloria Trevi.
I don't know what that is.
Gloria Trevi was a Mexican singer. All right. So back in the day, there was this magazine, right? TV Novelas, like a magazine and shit. And so then, like, it's like swimsuit stuff, like for women, but there was also like risque pictures, like for men, and just like an entertainment magazine, right? And it wasn't sexual entertainment. It was just entertainment of TV and novelas. So I remember there was this Gloria Trevi picture, dude. And she's wearing like a bathing suit, but she's wearing suspenders, like covering, just over her nipples. Yeah. And I just remember like, oh man, being like
curious.
No, I wasn't fucking curious. I was like, me and this magazine are going to hang out for a little bit right now. Yeah. And I remember being between first and second grade. And I mean, part of the thing about my attraction to women, it's been since I was a fucking kid, bro. It wasn't like, oh, you should like women. It's like, bro, I was like, again, 5 years or under, dropping pennies on the ground, trying to look up girls' skirts.
We talked about that in other podcasts.
Exactly. And between, I mean, I don't know how old you are in first or second grade, but for me to grab that magazine and be like, is anyone around looking? Like, I'm going to go hide in the bed.
Right.
Like, Gloria Trevi for sure.
With anybody on Sábado Sensacional.
Huh?
You show us how.
Oh, bro. Yeah, Gloria Trevi. Yeah, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you if we had a Patreon account, I'd be like, subscribe to what I'm going to say next, but I ain't going to say it.
I remember being in third grade and telling my friend, like, ask the teacher for a question. Just because she would come over and then go like this to like help him. So I'd ask my friend in front to ask a question just so I could try to look at it.
Yeah, bro. It's like attraction to women has been like from day one. Like women are just fucking beautiful.
Okay, question. What's like the movie? Well, for like, when was it for you? Like, I don't know how to put this in words. When was it when you knew, like, when you first got into like the fantasize world? Like, how old were you?
Fantasize about women?
Like, yeah, like just like being a man, doing your thing. Like for me, I was like, I remember I watched the movie. What's the movie called? Big Demon. The world's gonna end. That, you know what movie I'm talking about?
Big Demon, the world's gonna end. That's
Dude, it was a big. It was like this big ass Seth Rogen's in.
Oh, this is the end of the fucking movie.
Oh, that movie's fucking funny as fuck, bro.
This is the end?
Yeah, dude, that movie, fucking, like, that made me a man after watching that movie.
What girl comes out in that movie?
No, I just remember it was just like the sex scene, like not the sex scenes, but just like because that movie's crazy. Like, there's so many parts to it, but it made me just like, because I was young when I watched it, so I watched it. I was like, holy shit! Like, this ain't a regular ass like holding hands type of movie. It's a fucking crazy ass movie.
And this is the end?
I mean, Well, all I remember that it's funny, but then I
The one
can't
with James
remember.
Franco,
And Kevin Hart was in it.
like real quick. He's
Yeah.
barely in it. Okay, yeah, gotcha.
Like they need to fuck or something before the world ends. Is that
No, it's just no. I don't know. It's just like I guess I was like the one of the first like that I can remember vividly explicit thing I seen, and that made me into the world of
adult, almost like
type
okay.
shit. Yeah.
I mean, like if we're talking about like sexual stuff or like the adult world, the sexual stuff for me, honestly, dude, was just. I mean, I used to play house, like, and I think all kids did, but I used to play house. My mom would say, like, the neighbor's daughter would come over. I was 3, 4, and we'd kiss. I'd kiss her at that age, you know, and so, like, women. I remember kissing in first grade. I remember, like,
Bro.
you know, kissing in 6th grade. I remember like the magazines. I remember we used to live in this house. This is around between 3rd and 5th grade. We used to live in this house, and the elementary school was really close by. And I don't know how we found but dirty magazines, right?
By the ditch.
But you know, so basically 3rd grade. I would. How old are you in 3rd grade?
8.
Okay, an 8-year-old, and it was porn. Literal porn, and we'd look at it and pass it around. All right, whose turn is it to go look at it? And you know, we look at the shit, and then we'd bury it between the portables. So there's one portable, there's another portable, and in between there's dirt. So then we'd bury it, cover it up, and then come back the next day and then go look at it. So, bro, I mean, sex has been. I'm just talking about me. I've been extremely attracted to women since I was tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And always like just attracted to the opposite sex 100%. And it was never like encouraged. It was never taught. It's just, that's how I'm fucking built. But like the real world stuff, dude, I would probably credit that a lot to my dad, because my dad didn't hide a lot of that shit from us. We were able to pick movies. Like, all right, go pick what you want. Like, I remember, I mean, I remember my dad would allow us to sit through scenes and stuff, and just like, they're gonna fucking find out anyways,
Right.
you know. And he would let us pick movies, and some movies, it's like, hey, Dad, can we watch this? And he's like, all right, go ahead. Like,
What was it?
fucking.
American Pie.
You're not old enough. Yeah, close your eyes, or you're not old enough to watch this. So, you know, like
Predator. Right? Very violent movie. No, I'm talking about violence. Predator.
I was like, what? I was like, you mean True Lies?
Predator. Or there's very violent movies that my dad just, like, watch it.
Yeah, like, so rated R movies, or like movies that had like obviously it's a rated R movie. It's not like softcore porn or anything like that. We weren't like, hey, Dad, can we get this Debbie Does Dallas or something like that? Nothing like that. But it was rated R movies that had, you know, like sex scenes in them.
NC-17.
Yeah, and then it wasn't like, oh, like go to the other room, like, oh, like cover your eyes.
Close your eyes. No.
No.
That's all our dad was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can relate.
Yeah, dude. And I remember like when you were talking about the like Behind Maple. Do you remember Frankie?
Yeah.
He had brought Girls Gone Wild, one of his dad's like Girls Gone Wild tape, down to like the house, and we didn't live there till I was past 9 years old. So it was way before that. So I'm like 6, 7. And some 12, 13-year-old kid, you know, finds his dad's Girls Gone Wild and brings it over to the house. So we were always exposed to that type of content, let's say, at a young age. Again, I was making out with girls in first grade.
You guys ever dated the same girl?
No, I haven't.
Dated?
Or messed with the same girl?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
of course.
I mean, we're brothers.
No, but I've never, at least me personally, I've never dated someone that he's
neither.
hooked up with or anything like that. No.
Yeah. Have you guys dated the same girls? Have they gotten confused accidentally?
I'd say yeah.
All the time.
I'm gonna
I'd
take
say,
that.
like everybody does for sure.
We definitely like, yeah, in elementary school, middle school, we shared the same goal.
Not just us, like just like even with I think our brother that I mentioned, Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny. Not like dated, but like I think when you're that young, it's like you don't take that shit serious.
No.
You
But like, for example, like what I'm saying though, has a girl like
Being your
without
girlfriend?
no, like without asking, but just like kissed you, but then it's like, oh, it's shit, wrong one.
No, that
No.
never happened.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy because like I hear people's twin stories like that. It's like I don't know how like that can't be real. Like I can't. Oh, I just can't imagine that.
I mean, I
don't
think it's
I'd be
without
mad
asking,
now.
huh?
I don't think I'd be mad.
Yeah, without asking, I think would be acceptable. But like, if you know, you know. But like, if someone sees you and then it's like an immediate physical reaction just to kiss you, and you're like, oh shit, like, and then they're like, oh fuck, my bad.
Right.
Like I thought it was the other one. It's like, nah, he's not the whole one that likes Hulk.
So you
I
couldn't
like
tell I was wearing my
Thor.
shirt.
So
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, you guys don't have curly hair because you guys are full Southie, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Curly hair? No, apparently wavy hair.
yeah. Our brother Mike has probably like the closest to you,
Really?
the closest to your guys' hair.
Yeah.
You guys are Savi in Filipino,
Mm.
right? Has your dad was like saying you guys are like super proud Salvadorian as well.
Yeah.
So has that had? Was it challenging being like multiracial or
Most definitely.
Yeah.
We never felt like how my dad said. You never fit in with one part of your family or the other one. You know. But no, man, we get that. I'm proud because of our grandma, Sophia, the most Salvi person I've like. Oh my god, fucking love her. You know, we're no Salvo. We don't speak Spanish, but I can only understand her when she speaks Spanish.
To this day, she calls us balon.
Hmm.
Or not balon. That's how she. Oh,
Pinche pelón.
mi balon. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Pelon?
Balon, like bald.
Bald. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I think so.
So also,
Our dad always shaved our head bald for the longest.
our dad hates our hair. I mean, back
Let's see
then,
the hair?
he hated
Can
it.
you guys show there?
Yeah, and he hates it.
Yeah, see, man.
He's just jealous though.
It was a bless.
You guys ever braid it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually trying to find somebody to breed.
You braid your hair? Are you
I
gonna
don't
get
wear
it?
my hair.
No.
It's not my thing.
I like it because it's a style. It's art, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
I've,
big, so
so I was gonna ask that about your guys. Like, it's different clothes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's the same clothes.
Mm-hmm.
There's different colors,
right.
right? But same style of pants, exact same shoes, and then the same. So, do you guys normally dress alike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like outside of.
And are you guys like, oh, we're putting this on today, or who makes the decision?
It's mutual.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let's wear this.
Sometimes we both wear the same thing without even we walk out the house and we're wearing the
Like,
same
what
thing.
the fuck? Go change, bro.
I also love when we match though, because I love the fact that I love showing off being a twin. You know what I mean? I love it. Like I remember right before we went to the gas station, we went to get some burgers at the gas station, and we both went inside. The cashier lady was like, "Are you guys thinking we were just like? Are you guys twins?" But she was like laughing, like laughing at us. I was like, it didn't bother me one bit, but it still makes me feel good that someone can acknowledge that we're twins.
Are you guys twins?
No, because
Like that's my dad.
No, there's actually a thing that we want to do though. We want to start an Instagram page. That was his idea. We want to take pictures with twins around the world. Any twin we see, to take a picture with them
That'd
and
be cool.
ask them about how it is being a twin and their own experiences, and just make an Instagram page, pictures full of twins.
Twinning.
Twins rule the world. Twins around the world. You know?
Yeah.
I think that would be awesome. And then another thing too, what we want to do is we want to start a reaction channel with our dad.
Oh yeah.
Because as the younger generation with music, like our dad started to get into music that's made now, not just old oldies. But there's been times of like certain songs, it's like, oh my gosh, like when I listen to it, I remember where I was when this song got dropped. It was a good time in my life. And kids our age would love to see a reaction of old head, right? It's like what their opinion is. But it'd be dope to have you guys on it too, because you know, I can only imagine when you guys react to like the certain music that's became hits.
Yeah, man. We used to watch reaction videos all the fucking time.
Bro, I love that shit.
I think what we like about it is the fact that you get to see someone experience something that you've already experienced.
Yes.
It's like to see someone enjoy a song for the very first time and be like, oh shit.
This
like,
is dope.
Yeah, like for people to, especially if it's music that you already like.
Yeah.
There's one video that he and I would had seen before, and it's this girl, and it's Unchained Melody, right? And the girl's fucking crying when she like hears the song, and it's super dope to have that experience, or to see that experience of her hearing a song that we fucking grew up on, like that we've known since we were little kids, because we used to fucking put on Cola 99.9 when we used to go to fucking sleep. So it's something that's in our repertoire of music, but to see someone who's never fucking heard it and see how she connects with it and like literally brings her to tears, it's just like, dude, that's super dope. Yeah. So those reaction videos, I enjoy them. I would always be like, why the fuck are you watching?
Because I would always just watch them, bro. Like, fucking love watching them. Just people's reaction and stuff
about it, yeah.
And like, yeah, he would say like, the fuck you watching it? And then he started watching them with me. And then there's reaction videos to music or reaction videos to movies, right? Someone's watching a movie and I'm seriously just fucking watching someone watch a movie or just like, what the fuck? But yeah, it'd be cool, man. If you guys do start that, that'd be cool to see your pops on it. And we'd be gladly put you guys on there.
For sure.
Dude,
absolutely.
I saw somebody's, it was a kid with his dad, and they reacted to Dear Mama by Tupac. And the dad was like, cried. I was like, damn, dude, because when I listened to that song, it's beautiful. But just hearing somebody hear that song for the first time, gosh, like it's beautiful, dude.
He has some hits.
Tell me about it, dude.
Well, I think I'd like to get you guys to leave a parting message, an individual parting message before we go. I think this is the first of many times that we're going to get together.
Absolutely.
Again, Diego shared a lot of, I would say compliments, but I don't consider them compliments. I think it's more just observations of two young, passionate, smart, articulate, beautiful men, you know, with good feelings. And kudos to you guys for continuing to do what you do, to follow your passion, your career, and to do it the right way. And do you guys want to say something to the audience, whether they're young, old?
Shit.
He's like, let me pull out my beats real quick. Hold on.
Oh man, don't do drugs. That's all I gotta say. Don't do drugs.
For me, I have to say, follow your dreams, because you only live once, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to follow our dreams. And one thing that my brother Silas taught me as to be a brother is it's like a brother code, right? Correct me in private, support me in public. So, you know, I think being like you guys really, and I think it's beautiful how you brought him here too. Two sets of brothers having a conversation. It's fucking phenomenal. So everything's a prophecy, meaning everything happens for a reason.
So please don't do drugs.
And they can find you guys on YouTube and Instagram under
Everywhere.
Young Prophets, YUNG Prophets.
And on Instagram, there's an underscore. So Young Prophets underscore. But everything else is just Young Prophets.
I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you both.
Appreciate you guys.
Now we need to feed you.
Yeah, man. Let's go get some sushi.
Sir.
Thank you, my friend. Wait, hold on. Hold on. What is it? Hold on. Just so wait, don't shake my hand.
Like this.
Hold on.
Then why are you putting your hand in my?
Bill,
Wait,
hey,
you're supposed to
hold on.
get it.
Hold on, Diego. Hold on.
There you go.
There you go. Hey.
All
All right. Let's get you guys fed. Oh shit! You know what? Before we do anything, let's take a picture.
Is your case pink? Yeah, bro.
I
I can't tell by the color.
Real men wear pink.
Let me see. And I designed it too.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask, who came up with the name Southpaw Bill?
C'est moi.
C'est moi.
Hold on, let me see. I've never done a picture like this in years, so. Oh, that's pretty damn cute right there.
Because it's focused on me,
Shut up, bitch.
bitch.
You guys act like twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just as like the Teletubbies.
I was just thinking about that though.
Not to tell people that George is my dad. Make me feel old. So, damn, you guys are brothers? I'm like, nah, he's my dad.
I tell everyone my dad is my brother, my older brother. That's Mike.
So what happens, man? You end up being cooler than your older brother. Nice.
Shit, man.
This is dope.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming out. I know it was a long drive, but it was a good conversation, man. Like I said, it's
definitely.
the
That was that was our first time ever being on camera.
yeah. Were you guys nervous?
Not at all.
No.
A little
We
bit.
just didn't know what to expect. That's
Yeah.
But it was good, man. There's definitely times where that's how I am. I'm forgetful, so I know what I want to like. I know the topic in my head. I just can't say it, and I get lost.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know why the fuck I brought up the fucking This Is the End movie. I was fucking thinking of a whole ass other movie.
Yeah, man. It's
But it happens.
it takes at least with this, every one that we do or that I do, you get better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then sometimes when you're trying to articulate how you're feeling, and it's kind of on the spot, it's kind of like, and you just kind of start to throw some things in there that are kind of what you're trying to say, but they're like also kind of not.
Right.
So yeah, man. Every time I watch a podcast, I'm like, fuck. At least for me, man. I'm
No,
just
I
like,
feel it, too.
damn. Yeah, it's
How many have
an
you been
experience.
on?
I've done like seven or eight. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, so I've done like 3 or 4 in Spanish. The one that I'm gonna do, the girl who I told you that I used to date in high school,
Uh-huh.
he's a lawyer, and he was just like, hey, like, you know, if you want to like do one in Spanish, so and we can talk about law and I can give some tips and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, man, for sure.
Your ex?
Dude, I did with her when I was in high school, like 14, 15. But yeah, I'd met him like 2 or 3 times when I was younger. And then we went to go have coffee the other day. Super cool dude. He's a Iraq veteran.
Oh shit.
So I remember he was leading a convoy, right? He was like the first car,
Mm-hmm.
and then an IED went off. And then the car, or he was the first or the second car, but fucking his whole face got smashed in. So he has a scar from like here to here. And then he was trying to go to medical school, and then I forgot what ended up happening, but then his girlfriend told him, like, if you still want to help people, like, it doesn't have to be in medicine. Like, why don't you take the LSAT? He's like, I've been studying for the MCAT. But he ended up studying to be a lawyer. He got accepted to Fullerton. And then they not only accepted him, they paid 95% of his schooling.
Oh yeah.
And then now what he tries to focus on is, you know, like helping people understand and show the difference that like not all lawyers are pieces of shit. Like not all lawyers are the same, and try to like help people. So he goes on like a Spanish TV show.
What's it?
Like twice a week. Estefan.
That's that.
Yeah, Stefan. Super fucking cool dude, man. So we'll do a podcast with him like in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
And then one of my buddies is he does music too. He has an EP coming out in February, so we're gonna do a podcast with him.
That's dope.
And like you guys know like Atmosphere, Sage Francis.
I've heard of Atmosphere.
Yeah, so he does. I guess you could say like underground.